あなたの噂夕映えに響く
Hey fuckers, welcome back to the Double D podcast. I'm here after being on hiatus again. Hey. We also got Beans.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
And we also have two very special guests. They're not like the original ones. Count them as like the liquid forms of them. We have Liquid Chris and Liquid Soviet.
Hey, I'm the
I can
Soviet.
drink
myself.
This whole
My piss
liquid
is
thing
gas.
is an excuse. We put them in the microwave, now they're fucking melted.
Yeah,
Captain,
we'll put them
it's
in the
been a-
microwave with some tinfoil.
Captain, it's been a couple months since we've talked. How have you been?
Busy. Very busy.
How so?
Fucking better
Working almost every single day and then sleeping.
Where do you work again? I forgot.
A hospital.
What the fuck's a hospital?
Oh,
It's a building with people in it.
how
who
many
are sick
dead
and
people do you
dying.
see?
Why would you
I've
put a
actually
bunch of
seen a
sick people together?
surprisingly large amount of dead people while working.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Yo,
Is it
Beans, what are you
traumatizing?
on?
What the fucking hospitals have dead people, man.
They
Wow,
do.
I saw so many dead people. It's kind of hurtful, kind of scarring.
I've had
Has it-
to
Nice, yeah.
I've had to carry a few out of the building.
Dude,
Couple
that's
times.
Has,
Oh,
it,
up
has
top.
it traumatized you?
No, not really.
Does it really not affect you at all?
Because I don't know those people
I
really.
mean, yeah, you have no like significance to them. You don't have no.
What about
like,
y'all?
literally no
How are y'all
attachment.
doing?
I got a new PC,
Alright.
and Soviet helped me build it, so thank you.
I
Aw, such
literally
good friends.
designed it, and your father built it for you.
And I bought
Damn.
the parts with my money.
And I'm gonna
Guys,
have to like
listen.
help you put a graphics card in, dog.
It's gonna take like an
Because
hour
we're-
to put in the graphics card. for
You're
me.
gonna burn something.
fuck it
So
up.
your house is gonna be fucking gone after this. Like,
Okay, yeah, but
I'm
then it's
really
got a better
worried you take out
PC.
the back
It's worth
panel
it.
and everything's gonna fall apart.
All for
Okay,
the
but
1080.
I'll have a better PC though. That's the
See,
key.
he can live inside the PC box.
Yeah, I could just shrink my size and do that shit. You know?
That's
he's
a
liquid,
that's
isn't
a
he?
realm of porn that no one should
Oh.
ever have access to.
Yeah. You ever
You,
seen?
you
those
really
ti-
had to bring that up, Captain.
Yes.
Have you guys seen that one porno, right? Where like
No.
One porno.
I've seen
where
all
this-
of them.
I don't like where this is
Where-
going.
Us guys
like-
have a hive mind and we branch out to watch every single porn video in the entire
I
fucking
have
world.
seen them all.
And so it's like peer-to-peer networking where like when you want to remember porn, you just tap into the memory of another man who has seen it. To like enjoy it from their brain feed. Anyways, Chris, continue.
So on to what I was saying. You ever seen that one where like what's it called? Fuck, what was I gonna say?
What were you gonna say, Chris?
Where this guy stops time. I don't know if this was a meme, but where this guy stops time and fucks one girl.
Oh, that's actually a really big genre in Japan.
Yeah, it's
Really?
because like yeah.
Why do you
because,
know
like,
that?
Because I've watched a ton of
Japanese
JoJo
people are
and
fucked
then
up, and then it's
Zawarudo
like-
and then, fucking
Oh.
connections.
Okay.
Captain, is that a lie? Because do you watch porn every day? That's the question.
Every
we're
single
asking
day.
Every
If I
day.
was lying, which I'm not,
What if that's a lie?
What if
I've
that's
watched
a lie?
more than enough porn.
More
How
than
much
enough.
porn is the question? Did you watch the porn
How many-
or two porn?
Okay,
3
listen.
cups of porn.
I'm not
How
gonna
many
tell you
cups
what
of porn?
kind, but I can tell you how much.
No, Captain. This is the vital
How many
question.
liters? How many milliliters of porn have you
How many
watched?
liters of
How many
liquid
liters
porn?
of-
This decade?
How many liters of cum have you generated from watching
Captain,
porn?
Okay,
the
that's
real
fair.
question. The real question here, Captain, is what type of porn do you watch? That's the real question here. that
My
we're
Little
trying
Pony.
to figure out.
So
Oh,
for this
okay.
episode, we have a bit of a shtick going. Our friends Chris and Soviet, the beautiful men that they are.
No. So fucking stop. No, you're not just gonna say My Little Pony porn and then just fucking
What?
cut away.
What
Explain
are you
yourself.
talking
No.
about?
Let
Captain, fucking explain
What are you
yourself.
talking? What are you talking about?
What?
I'm
Oh,
talking
fuck,
about
wait.
this episode that we're doing. Very
Yeah.
special episode
Wait.
that Chris and Soviet have participated in. They took a little bit of something backstage, and now we're going to ask them. And
I took
fuck
a
with them
cookie. That's
for
all
the
I'm gonna
entire
say.
episode.
I was next to a crack addict and he was smoking crack, and so what I did is I put a straw up his nose, and it went into my mouth and like it absorbed the crack through the straw through his nose. And the entire time he didn't notice, so I got away with it, luckily. So that's what I'm on right now. I'm literally on crackhead's crack through my nose.
I took the cookie like about an hour ago, and it still hasn't hit. It's fucking weird,
Damn.
dog. I think it might be because I ate a lot today. Cause
Maybe because you're
today
a gigantic fat ass, and then the cookie just kind
That
of
is not true. You
it
better
absorbed
take that back.
into you.
Take that back.
It
right
is
now,
currently
Sophia,
dissolving,
please,
not in
bro,
acid,
please.
but in just fat. It's just fatalizing
Damn.
it.
This is hurting my soul. But yes, I am fat, guys. So,
Me too.
anyways,
Don't worry, Chris.
you're the buff one here, Captain. That's
Hell
why I
no.
admire
Have
you.
you?
No, Captain,
Bro,
you are the
Captain,
sexiest member of
Captain,
Double D.
No, actually, no. Captain, you're literally a skeleton. How can you be fat?
Oh,
There's
yeah,
Yeah,
no
that's
man.
right.
Skeletons just have bones.
I'm big bone.
You're big bone, but
I remember when
thing
Sans the skeleton, started bleeding. I fuck with that.
Captain is Papyrus.
He got
Sans.
slashed and he's still bleeding.
I only speak in riddles. So
Ooh,
what should we start
speaking
with?
of that, maybe some riddles like those ones you speak in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the speaking
Alright,
of
so-
riddles.
Chris and Soviet, I have a few questions to ask, and I want you guys to give long thoughts about it.
Long thoughts. I can
these
give really
questions-
long thoughts. Don't worry about
These
it.
questions aren't right or wrong. You just
Okay.
give me what you think, okay?
So basically,
Damn.
it's like anything works as long as you can defend it.
And
right,
you know what,
type
Beans?
shit.
I'll go ahead and send you the link too,
Dude,
just in case you
hold
want to
up.
read some as well.
Oh, okay,
Before you-
good. We're not
before
coming
you
up with
read
these.
out- Before you read out the riddles, I just gotta say, these edibles are whack.
Yeah. I
I'm
don't
really
know if you
using
can say
fucking
that.
BuzzFeed.
It
Anyways,
was the
go
first
on.
thing that popped up.
Okay, yeah, maybe you should have researched this a bit better.
Listen, shut up. Okay,
Okay.
you know what? We'll do it one person at a time. How about that?
Okay, no, I have to go. Are you fucking kidding me? This list is called 19 stoner questions that will make you think maybe you're high right now.
What is this?
What is wrong with
What is
BuzzFeed?
this?
It was the first link that popped up in Google.
This is shit. No, do more
That's
research,
actually
Captain.
retarded. I just
Fine,
want to do some
Jesus.
riddles. I just want to rant about life. dog.
Okay, 10 of the best
These are
stoner
fucking
riddles
slow.
from 420smokers.us.
What is
Yeah,
this?
much better.
Just read them.
What are you on?
Okay, just read them. Just read them. Let's do
These
this. Let's
BuzzFeed
get
ones
Wait,
are
that
this
one's-
good,
started.
though.
That one's
Holy
bad
shit,
too.
Fucking hell.
Beans, just
What are
read one.
you? Fucking. I want to beat someone up soon.
No,
Going
Captain,
to-
you start.
You know, West Coast. Fuck no, East Coast. Fuck East Coast.
Yo, fuck
Oh.
the East Coast.
Yo, fuck the
We're-
East
we're-
Coast.
We're
No.
Central gang. Am I right, Soviet?
We're not
Turn up.
Central.
Okay.
I'm not Central. Get out of here.
Are you guys
Fuck-
ready to-
fuck
Mexico
anything.
gang.
Yeah, okay,
Mexico
why not?
gang. Turn up.
Mexico gang,
Anyways.
turn up. Mexican brickweed, turn up.
Captain, what's your riddle?
Okay, so the first question for the both of you. Why is Monday so far from Friday, but Friday so close to Monday?
Are you fucking?
Huh. Let me think about that.
He's thinking, Beans. Don't fucking interrupt.
Okay, so the reason why Monday's so far away from Friday, right? Like, think about
Yeah.
it like this, right? Think about it like driving, right? So basically, whenever you drive, right, you drive to like a store or something, right? And there's traffic. So the traffic holds you back from getting closer to the specific area, right? And going back, there's no traffic. So all you have to do is just go down there really quick. So the reason why going from Monday to Friday is way longer than from Friday to Monday is because of how quick time goes by.
You're really fucking stupid.
Okay,
No,
so
Cause like think about it. Cause like think about it as like length, right? I'm not.
Think about it
First
as
of
in
all-
fucking
first of
time,
all,
where
so-
time is
first of all,
linear and you
I wanna
can't
tell the
you can't go
audience
back
this.
in time. Yes,
no,
in
I
the
wanna tell-
past it
hold
would
up,
be
hold up,
only
hold up,
4
hold
days
up,
away,
hold up.
like 3 days away.
Hold up, hold
But
up.
in
Just
the
think about
future,
this,
which you're
Soviet.
always moving towards, it's gonna be farther away. You dumb fuck. You
No,
can't.
Soviet,
what car
first of all-
analogy is gonna like nothing's stopping time from moving. Nothing is stopping time from moving. You're saying it like, oh yeah, when you're going forward, time is slower, so that's why it's longer away.
No, but
what the fuck
Soviet-
are you on?
Listen, Soviet. First of all, audience, they haven't hit me yet. Okay, I'm just gonna say that.
I'm gonna
haven't
hit you
hit-
soon, dog.
Oh my.
Do not.
They haven't hit
Okay.
yet and you're already this fucking
No, but
dumb.
like think about it like this. Because of this, there's gotta be the reason why. Okay, first of all, audience, they still haven't hit. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
Fucking listen, because like think about like the. Because like think about like. Get talking. Can I talk?
State it.
I'm sorry. Go.
Because think about it like this. Because there's got to be some kind of delay from doing that. It's like saying why is 3 so far from
What
7,
delay?
But 7 is so
What
close to
delay?
13, right?
No,
There's
that doesn't
a
work.
delay.
No.
No,
That
because,
doesn't
like,
work.
if you think about
In a
this,
number
right?
line, it can travel in any direction without any consequence. Okay, when it literally is a calendar date. Okay, yeah, it's like what fucking Monday is. Like 3 days away from Friday if you moved backwards, but you
But
can't
the
move
thing-
backwards. That's why it's so far away.
Okay,
Because you
okay,
physically
okay,
can't move
actually,
backwards. In practice,
change my-
it is that far away. But when you're actually going through the motions of life and actually living throughout those days, it's gonna be longer because you can't go back in time. You dumb shit ass piece of fuck.
Okay, but like the thing is, right? When you look at like a calendar, right? They gotta be this. Actually, I'm gonna change my argument. So when you look at like a calendar, they're actually the same length. None of them are closer to each other because, like, let's say you get a ruler from Monday to Friday, and then you put the next week's Monday with last week's Friday. That's the same length. Am I right? So I gotta say that, yeah, that's just stupid. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you
What?
Do you want to go ahead and ask the next question?
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
no,
Here, this one's gonna be an actual good question. So
I think
if
you're just
you
stupid and we don't have to.
if you
like-
you're just walking down the street and you met a clone of yourself who said he was a clone of you, how would you figure out who said no, he wasn't a clone of you, but he was the real you? What would you do to figure out which one was the original?
I wouldn't.
Well,
I
okay.
would know that I'm the clone. I would go rob banks, frame him for it, take the money and dip.
Okay, I want to go.
Damn.
Knowing that
go
you have
more-
no moral like ties to that body, and that whatever you do does not matter, as if or you already exist, but you're a different version of yourself.
But he
That
looks
means
just like you, so
it
you
doesn't
could get
matter.
arrested as well.
It doesn't. I know, but like I would know that I should run away from the cops. He wouldn't. And if even if we both get caught out and like whatever, you know, if we're clones or exact fingerprints are there, they can't prove that he wasn't the
No,
person that did it. I would be
I
gone
didn't ask-
because I would already be
I'd ask
aware
how
that
you
I should be
figure out
running.
who's the original and who's the
But
clone.
the thing is,
not what you
Soviet,
do
I
with
think
it.
it's gotta be with like self-conscious, right? I want to go more existential on this, right? So they're both a different being. They are
Yes.
not one self-conscious. They're both
Yes.
technically different kinds of people. Because like if you
Yes.
think about it, right? Misfits even talked about this, right? And I remember this clearly, all right? They were talking about that different people are different because of how their self-conscious is. And I believe that. So like if there's a clone of myself, that's a different self-conscious. Am I right?
Yeah,
So-
it's also like this is I'm gonna bring up a Star Trek like scene. It was like they're in a teleporter. The teleporter teleports the person, except it doesn't destroy the copy live in the first like person whatever. So then there's two copies of the person. Because one like copy is like beamed down to the place they want to teleport, but one wasn't transferred there, and so
Yeah.
it's two different people. So it's bringing up the
Family-
question: if you are a clone of yourself, are you that person, or is that an
And
entirely
Family
different
Guy-
person? Do you
Family
die
Guy
when
even
you
Star
get
talked
Trek.
about
teleported?
this. Family Guy even talked about this. I remember the one episode, right?
What?
So in Family Guy, they tested this theory as well about like different self-consciousness and all that kind of shit, right? So the thing is, right? With that episode, Stewie and Brian were going to Las Vegas, and they were deciding whether or not they should use the teleporter or go through plane. And obviously, both had different outcomes, right? And they don't know what's going on with the other side, right? They don't know what's going on with the person that went to the plane, and the other doesn't know what happened to the person who went on the teleporter. Like one of them got more money, they were more successful because of the casino, and the other was broke, and the other was on the verge of killing themselves, right? So all I gotta say is that the clone thing, they're different self-conscious. And if you look at the end of the episode, there are two different people in heaven. It's not the same person.
Exactly.
Right?
Well, it literally okay. Uh, Imagine like okay, if you were to clone yourself, like no, not even clone yourself, like teleport yourself, and you were right there. That person has all your memories and has like whatever, even though that person has existed for like 1 second. You know,
Yeah.
how do you know that you aren't that person?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you
Well,
like? Because you're not gonna you're gonna have all the memories. You're gonna have everything telling you that you are, old. Because you have
So
memories
can I
now. You
point
can't
out
like
Yeah, so
one
yeah.
how would
thing-
you do that? That's the
Yes.
question. How would you figure out if that new one is,
Well,
you know, the fake one?
before you continues with that, I just got a small like interjectory or however the word is. Teleportation in like Star Trek and all that was actually like breaking down your molecules and then shooting them at the speed of light to where your destination is. It doesn't have involve cloning at all.
but
I thought it
like,
was
what
that
Soviets
it
I mean,
say-
broke
technically-
down matter
but technically-
into information and then beamed the information down for it to be materialized there.
It breaks down all your molecules to the smallest space and then transports them to
But-
wherever you're
but
trying to go.
But technically, Soviet does have a point there. Like, think about it. Think about like, they're both different people. Like, come on. Like, if you're in a teleporter, like, there's got to be a different dimension where like the other person didn't do that. Like Soviet said, and they're both different beings. I agree with him right there. Like, hella Soviet turn up.
Turn up. Also on the Wikipedia page, the transporter in Star Trek converts a person or object into an energy pattern, which is transmitted and then
Yeah.
materialized at the receiver. So no, your atoms are destroyed. You're gone. Your body, your physical body is
Oh,
destroyed
okay, so-
and then
Okay,
Yeah, so
recreated in
technically
like
the-
I haven't
like in
watched
the,
enough Star Trek to really know.
Technically, the one through the teleporter is the clone.
Where was
No,
it that I saw
no,
where
no,
it
no,
breaks
no,
down
no.
molecules?
It's
I can't
okay.
remember.
Okay, I want to talk about the clone thing as well because like, who do you know is you? It's you.
Well, you're
it's
you.
different self-conscious.
Well, yeah,
you're
but one of
you.
them is the
But
original
one of
you.
them
but
has
they're-
all the memories telling
Or-
it that it is you. You can't tell.
No, both of those
You
have
can't
that.
prove to me at this moment you're not just being created, but we had memories of stuff before the creation.
Oh yeah, that's like
You
a.
know, like,
it's like
there-
a.
there's no
Think about
possible
it.
like everything in the
What's it
past
called?
can't be proven. Because it all can right now. Just being created out of the blue. And then you're just living through the memories of it because you have memories that even though if it
And-
didn't exist.
Yeah, man.
Another
No, that
thing-
that theory. Wait, Soviet. The theory you just talked about. I think it's known as like last Wednesdayism or something. That's like really fucking. Because I low key believe in it. Because
But
the world's so fucking advanced that there's no way that this stuff truly could have happened. I
Yeah, the
mean,
past doesn't
there
exist,
is a way,
everything's just,
but
like, memory of the
it
past.
makes way too much sense that the world just kind of snapped into existence like last Wednesday, and everyone just
With the-
thinks.
with
you know,
with
everything
this
happened.
theory, I think, right? Sometimes I think about this. I think about the fact that what if I have millions, even trillions of different dimensions of my different options and they all have different splits? Like, think about it like this, right? Like, have you ever thought about, like, let's say you go to the
Are you
fridge,
just
right?
describing the many worlds interpretation? That's not
think
groundbreaking.
think about this. Okay, think about this, right? So, you go to the fridge, you grab some milk,
Mhm.
but you have another option. You have some juice,
This is literally just the many worlds theory.
and
Yeah, I
it's
did
9
this as a
o'clock.
fucking like English project in 7th grade.
The many world theory is fucking
It's-
terrifying, man.
It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9
so
o'clock. It's
you either
9:21
decide-
actually.
It's
Excuse me, 12:21 for the East Coast.
You know what?
gang.
Can you shut the fuck up? It applies to me.
11:22 Central.
It applies to me more because I'm actually at 9 o'clock. So that's why I
Okay,
said it.
settle
Because
down,
it is
guys,
9 for
settle
me. It's
down.
not 9 for you guys, is it?
settle down, guys. Listen,
I
but
hope this
let me
episode
go on.
goes on forever.
Let me
It's
let
probably
me
going
let
to.
me,
We're gonna forget it.
let me talk about the theory, right?
The theory.
So like,
yeah,
I think
the
about
theory that
this
we
a
all
lot.
know.
I think about this theory a lot because like I always think about like, what if I grab the milk and it's 9 o'clock? I'll go to sleep much faster than if I were to drink juice, because with juice it has sugar and it powers my body up with energy. So
Well,
I'll be
yeah,
staying
every
up all day.
Every small
Everything is just
action
such
generates a
minor
brand new
action.
Well, like,
outcome.
It's like this. Imagine this. Imagine something tragic happens in your life, but 20 years down the line, you're successful and whatnot, but you have a teleporter. you have like a time machine, and that time machine would allow you to go back 20 years into the past and change it so that tragic event didn't happen. Would you do it, or would you be worried about the ramifications? Like in the future, you won't be as successful, or not even as successful. You're mediocre, but you're worried your life could get worse. Would you still teleport to prevent that action?
Can I interject real quick? I am biting my fingers like hella crazy right now.
You should bite your thumb
I
off
think
so you
it's
don't have a
starting to kick
problem.
in.
Did we get like a definitive answer for like the question though? How would you
I
know
have
if
no
you're the-
fucking
How
clue.
would you tell or find out if you're the clone?
All right, I'll conclude my theory and then we can go on to Soviet. With my theory, they're both not the same, so there's no way to tell that
There
they're the
is a
same
way to
being.
tell. Okay, we know that they're different beings. We know they're different beings. One has physically been there for years. One has just materialized with the attributes of being there for years. It's the equivalent of like in Minecraft adding a bunch of books to a pickaxe rather than spawning in a pickaxe with all the same enchantments. They're both could have the same enchantments and the same physical features, but one was actually worked on through time and trials, and one actually has just the same exact thing, just the same data laid over it, And so they think exactly the same, but they're different in experiences because one literally just came into
But-
existence.
But I just don't think that. I just think that they're different. They're completely
They are different.
Nothing-
They are different. The problem
They're
is
different
because
people.
they're different.
There's
Because
no
they're
way that
different,
they're-
there is an original.
Yeah.
The point is, the question
They
was,
are identical
the question
from
was,
the moment of
how
creation,
do you
but as
tell
soon
who's
as
real?
yeah, how do you think? See,
Okay.
I mean, okay, do you want my
Both-
answer or not?
Both. No,
'Cause
no,
I
no.
was simple,
I'll
short.
explain. I'll explain mine. I'll actually answer that. They're both real. That's all I'm gonna say. They're both real because they're both different entities of
Well, obviously
life.
they're both real because they're both physical people.
Yeah. So they're both real, but the real you is you. It's not
Shut the
them.
fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Let's move on to the next question.
Yeah, it's fuck that one. That one.
No,
that's
wait,
pretty
Sophie,
hard.
I need
shut
your
up.
conclusion. No,
I
I
need
don't
your
care.
conclusion.
No,
Fuck
I'd much
you.
rather move on.
No, let's move on.
All right, I got one that's a
God.
little more tame for y'all. You guys ready?
Yeah, please let's tame it down a bit. That was
Okay, if abortion is murder, then is wearing a condom kidnapping?
I could not hear that. I could not hear that.
No.
Every fucking asshole here.
Can you repeat that?
If abortion is murder, then is wearing a condom
If a-
kidnapping?
If a what is murdered?
If abortion is
Oh my
murder,
fucking
then is
God,
wearing
Chris,
a
what are you
condom
doing?
kidnapping?
Okay.
Okay.
Soviet, you go first.
Okay, I'm gonna go first. Well, no, because the entire point of like the abortion thing is that once a baby is like once an egg is inseminated, and it has like it begins to grow, it's become its own autonomous human being, and that's when it's murder. If you put a condom on, it is not even alive really because it can't replicate itself and it can't divide. Those cells
it
are
is a
just
cell, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess, and it has enough to like keep itself alive, but it can't reproduce itself, so it's not truly alive. Like viruses have organelles to sustain themselves, but they can't actually procreate themselves, so they're not really alive. That's the
That's a
entire
good
point
point.
of being alive. They need other cells to do it. They need other living things to replicate. That's what sperm does. However, eggs could technically start dividing by themselves, so they are alive. Anyways, no, because they're in a condom. They're dead cells. They're not even cells. They're just vehicles to propel itself to find an egg. That's its only purpose. It's a vesicule. It's like a red blood cell. It's like saying if I kidnap your red blood cell vial, it's kidnapping of your entire body, which it isn't, because it's like a dead, lifeless part of it. Anyways, Chris, you can go.
I agree.
I agree.
That's all I gotta say. It's like, I was thinking the same thing.
I agree.
I was thinking the same thing as him because he does prove a lot of good points, and I really can't interject with any of my points because my points are practically the same as Soviet. We're the same being, dog. We literally just proved that theory wrong. We said earlier.
Dude, you guys are just clones that branched out at I'm off.
No,
Wait.
but-
Well, I know
to
that
be
I
honest-
exist, so I'm gonna kill Chris real quick.
I mean, we have already established that you and Chris.
But
So
Beans, answering your question, technically it's not a kid, like Soviet said. It's not life. Like it's just a vesicle, like he said. Whatever the fuck he
I
said.
don't even know what
It's technically not like a kid, like not like a kid, like an 8-year-old or some shit like that. It's
Yes.
technically not
Yeah.
what
No
he does.
shit. It's not an 8-year-old.
Yeah,
Abortion. Abortion isn't killing an 8-year-old. You know, because if it was, yeah, it's
Yeah, no,
murder and
abortion
shit. Of
is
course.
just
not
murder,
truly
yeah.
I'm gonna
finished.
get a I'm
So-
gonna get a murder. I'm gonna get an abortion real quick, and you take your kid out back and just
Listen,
like pop a cap in
listen.
him.
Abortion. So then, technically, abortion isn't murder because they don't exist. Think about it, right?
I literally said that. I don't need to think about it, dog. That's what I said.
All right.
Hey Beans, I just had an idea. Instead of asking them questions, why don't we ask them paradoxes?
Oh no! Oh,
Because I got one for them that would.
oh.
We really
Let's try
want
this.
to-
Ask, okay, ask away, dog.
So have you
Let's see how
guys
this goes.
ever heard of the ship of Theseus?
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
This is pretty similar to the clone
Can
one,
you
though.
explain it? Can you explain it? I don't know. What
I
So,
could explain
okay,
it.
so in layman's terms, it's a boat made out of 100 planks of wood. And every few months, they have to replace one plank of wood until
Bro, we just got a better boat.
like the boat is fully replaced with 100 different planks of wood. But there's also, they also made a boat out of the planks of wood that they replaced. Now, which one's the original boat?
It's like it's like cutting a body in half and saying which one is you. Like if you
Damn.
cut someone in half,
Okay.
No,
which
We
one
had to
is that
bring it to
person?
cutting people in
To
half.
be-
You know?
To be honest with you, okay. I want to answer first because fuck you.
Fuck you. I mean,
I'm
yeah, I
sorry.
don't want to wait that long, because your fucking answers are like 3 seconds long.
Okay, listen. So with that,
piece of
listen,
shit.
it's the same structure
Motherfucker
and
piece
all
of-
that.
Go ahead.
Sorry, that was forced laughter. Anyways,
okay.
Listen, with your theory, right? The original one has to be the one where, they use the same parts. It's like saying, look. Okay. You know the
Minus
Twin
the
Towers.
sail.
Okay, let's talk about 9/11 really.
Okay,
No,
no,
what-
no,
wait, what?
no, we're gonna skip across that. No, we're
Because,
not.
like,
I'm gonna revoke
No,
the
no,
fucking.
no,
How did we
I'm
get
gonna
there?
mute you,
What?
Chris. I'm gonna
I
mute
really
you,
want to
Chris.
talk about this.
We're
No,
not
no,
gonna
please,
talk
please.
about
Chris, before
9/11.
you say
Chris,
anything,
where-
it's just the boat. It's not the sail. It's not anything else. It's just.
It's also not the
planks of
Twin
wood.
Towers.
Because
Yeah.
think about the Twin Towers. It's new things.
No,
it's, a new
it's
story.
not the
Before
Twin
we get
We
into
do
Towers.
that,
not
we
need to
have
talk about
we have
9/11.
to talk about parallel universes.
Okay. I have a good
Fucking
question.
great.
I have a good question.
This is such a mess.
I need to talk about 9/11. I'm glad I
Shut
was
up.
here for this episode.
Fuck, man.
Go on, Sophie.
You're
Go
fucking
on, Sophie.
retarded.
Go on.
Before you talk about 9/11, tell us which boat is the
Because
original
it's
one.
true.
Which
It's
boat?
a
Answer the
different
fucking
structure.
question.
What are you talking about?
Answer the fucking question.
Okay. I was trying to reference 9/11 because
You
it makes
cannot.
sense.
You cannot.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Move on.
What
Move
about
on.
9/11?
Chris.
Okay. Let's think about the United States here, right?
Okay.
I'm not talking about
God.
9/11, okay? So, listen. Let's say I saw this one video where okay, so in the beginning of Earth, right? Everything was one continent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pangea.
So, when you separate all those continents into different continents, right? It's still the same, it's still originated from that continent. Therefore meaning that
You're
whatever-
saying we live
okay.
on one continent and that the main governing factor should rule all continents, like Russia? You're saying Russia should own all
Yeah, I'm
continents since it
saying-
owns a majority of land? So that means it
Yeah,
owns most
because,
of
like, no.
Pangea, which means that they own
Okay,
the majority
so
of the
the-
world,
I'm
which
just
means they
saying-
should take over the world. You're saying
I'm saying
communism
the
should
last-
prevail throughout Western America?
I'm saying only the last fucking continent that came out of that is the original. If you think about it, right? Because it's the only one left that hasn't been touched.
Well, you gotta like.
I'm gonna look up. I'm
you
gonna
gotta-
look
you
this
gotta
up
also-
on YouTube. I want to see how this. Looks
okay.
like. I want to see what.
You also gotta
country
realize
it
what
was.
makes it original. Does the fact that it didn't move make it original? Does the fact that it moved first make it original? Because say like the majority of it moved first, that would be Pangea,
Let's
right?
get back
You
on the
know?
clone thing. Let's get back on
Okay,
the
okay,
clone
no.
What,
thing.
no,
right?
we finished the clone.
How about
thing.
how about this? You know how every 7 years your body recycles through all its cells and everything that was original actually dies off? Are you still the same person as you was 7 years ago? Even though all your cells have
I still am
refreshed.
the same
Well,
entity.
honestly-
I still am the same entity. The
Yeah,
only
because
thing
you
I
haven't
still
you haven't
am
been
changes
phased
me,
yet.
but
are
I'm a
my
very
motives,
different
the way
person.
I behave,
So-
and the way I do that.
But you
I'm
still
not a different
you're
person.
still based off of the memories that you got from being that young. But everything that experienced those memories are gone now, except for like some certain cells that never actually refresh or do whatever, like certain bones or whatnot. But in most cases, all your cells have been gone. All your cells have been flushed. Every single blood vessel and blood vein has been changed in some way.
So you're
your
saying
skin
the
is
ce-
gone,
so-
and
So you're
but-
saying. Okay, oh wait, sorry.
yeah.
I'm just.
But it's
I'm
like, are
sorry.
you the same
Go on.
person? You know.
Yes.
Very
Well, I
nice.
would say
Saying.
for that you are still the same person because you're still the same consciousness. You're not like you don't have like a
Well,
different
no,
outlook
the
on
thing
it.
Yeah,
is,
see,
seven
Captain, thank
7
you.
years later, your experiences have changed and you have a pretty different outlook on life. So I would say you're
Well, that's true,
yes,
but like
but,
it's
like,
still you though. Like
your
you still have the
your
same
actions
memories
were
and
still
same,
based
like-
off of it. Your actions were still
Actually-
based off of those old memories that you had. You know.
It's more like you plus than you.
Yeah, it's
it's,
like-
it's definitely a new you, but it's still
It's new game plus for your life.
Yeah.
No, it's more just
You're
like
saying Wii Motion
DLC. It
Plus.
just
Yeah,
slaps on
fucking
Wii
DLC.
Motion
No,
Plus.
it's not. Okay. Okay, Beans. I want to go on to what you were saying because like it's more of like a new game. It's more of like a new game because like you're not gonna experience the same thing over and over again. It's gonna be a new experience. No, wait, no. Actually, no. Hold up. Let's say you start a new game, right?
Okay.
You're still continuing on to that game, and if you leave and you come back, it's still the same save file. It's still the same thing. However, if you start a new game, that's how it's gonna turn out. Like it's a different being. You're not the same person and all that. You know, all I'm saying is that you're still the same person. You're still the original. All right, that's all I'm saying, Soviet.
Well, I kind of
Fuck.
like what Bean said earlier about it being DLC, because, like, it's not really a new game, because if you're saying it's a new game, it's like you're starting over from the beginning. That's what a new
Exactly.
game generally is. DLC,
Yeah,
this
just
is
fresh,
the most
nothing,
fucking
yeah.
nerdy thing I've ever said, but DLC for your life would be adding on to it. It wouldn't be,
Yeah.
like, starting over, it'd be adding on. That's what... That's
It's
essentially what
optional.
I'm guessing what Beans was trying to say.
So
Yeah.
technically, DLC is like sports or like going out to do shit. That's DLC because
DLC
you get
is
the
buying a
option
house,
to do
buying
that.
a car.
DLC
getting
is just
married.
any life experience.
Yeah.
Exactly. DLC is life experience, and you can
The
either
base
choose
game
to
is
get
just
it
whatever
or
you
not.
do with just whatever. Then DLC is pretty much money.
Yeah, you buy your way into fucking soccer tryouts.
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to with all that fucking money you have to spend
Yeah.
on just getting the gear for it.
Toby, you have anything to interject?
No, not
What's-
at all.
Which one's the original boat, though?
Which one's original? They all the original parts, because the original parts have been christened. You know, like when the first boat was released,
I didn't
it
do
was
a shit
christened.
to them,
It
dude.
touched to it.
I didn't do
It
shit to them.
experienced like it being it. But the thing is, yeah, the new boat technically is the boat. You know, it was named that. It still continues to be named that. When the owner looks at the boat, he says, "Yeah, that's my boat." It is still, even though it's all completely gone, it still is his boat, and so the title remains the same. So is it the same boat? Yeah, technically, because that's what he calls it. He calls it the same boat. He doesn't call it. He didn't like replace the last board and was like, "Well, this is a different boat now." He still calls it the same boat. The other,
But someone also argue that since because they built the same boat out of the old parts, that would be the original one, even though it's a
it would
completely new
be the
boat.
original one because that's
Yeah.
what it experienced, everything that would make the original one. But it is up to the person that named it, the boat itself. We the people
But
named
it's
it a
also
boat.
considered.
You know,
It's also
Yeah.
considered the new
Actually,
boat because
yeah.
it was the newly built one.
Actually, yeah, I have to agree with Soviet there. It is technically the original one, but it all depends on who,
Because we're
who
the
they
people that
consider as
call
the
it a
original.
boat. You know, it's
Yeah.
if a fucking tree, you know, naturally turns into a boat, falls into the ground. If there's no humans around to call it a boat, it is not a boat. Boats don't fucking exist. There's no humans around
I
to,
thought-
you know, call it that. We made up
I thought you were
boats.
gonna
We
say,
fucking
does
invented
anyone
boats.
hear it?
Does anyone fucking hear it? Does anyone care?
It doesn't make
Is
a
it
sound.
christened as a boat? You know, if a boat falls onto
Hey.
the ground, if a boat falls into the ground and becomes a boat, it's not automatically Chris's boat. Chris has to find it in the fucking woods after hiding a body,
Dude,
and then
listen.
like has to like, this is my
where'd the
boat
body
now.
come
This is
from?
Chris's
Okay,
boat,
okay. Is
that the
and then he puts
clone?
the body into the boat made of wood, lights it on
Beans-
fire, and
Beans,
pushes
ask
it down the
next
river as
the
it
next
burns.
question. Hurry.
No, but
Next
it's not
question.
my
Where's the
boat
body?
because I've never seen it in my goddamn life.
Beans, ask the next question quick.
Okay, wait, Chris. Next question. Where did the body come from? The body that you're dragging
No.
into the woods.
It's not-
okay,
No, that is the
It's not-
next question. We just said that there's a body. I need to know where this body is from.
No, not that
it-
question.
okay,
Ask
okay,
them-
okay, okay, okay. It's gotta be.
Ask them a paradox or a riddle.
No, we're asking.
No,
what's the
I'll
body?
answer his question. I'll answer his question. The body came from heaven because they accidentally fell down from the clouds, and they want me to return him back.
Oh,
You killed an
the
angel.
ashes-
You killed an
so the
angel,
ashes-
and you're trying to sacrifice it so you don't
No, I'm
burn
not
in hell for
sacrificing
eternity.
it because if you turn it into ash, it'll go back into the clouds, and then God assembles the ashes together.
You're
know?
literally
This is
saying
not-
all the
Why
dead
did you
skin
ask
cells that are dust.
I don't know,
just
this is a
floats
mistake.
up into the
Ask,
air
ask
and becomes
find
in
another
heaven.
riddle to ask them, and I'll find another paradox.
That's why. That's
Oh,
why
another
God.
riddle?
That's
Fuck.
why
I
God
think I
burns
have
down
one.
your
or
house
paradox.
if you
Use the link I gave you.
listen.
Wait,
Captain.
wait. Oh, wait, I
listen,
got one.
Beans. Listen. That's why God makes your house on fire if you light up a house inside because they want the angel to go free, dog.
You? Wait, am I
Him.
him? But he's not in my house.
If
Ask
ashes,
the
if all
next
ashes
question,
go to
hurry.
heaven, I'm just waiting for like me to like go to heaven. You know, I'm gonna repent my sins,
Yeah,
call
but
to
does
Jesus.
God have, like,
I'm gonna go
super
to like
cool
heaven,
people together?
and I'm just gonna see like a person that looks like me, but it's just completely skin. All my skin cells, you know, my dead skin cells float up into the sky like the ashes Chris is talking about.
This is getting
Yeah.
very bloated.
All right. Let's ask the next question. I love this
Okay.
podcast, guys. I love
Alright,
this.
Let's
Yeah,
go for
sure.
another
Fucking
hour.
friend.
I'm actually
No.
serious.
You know what? Yeah, let's go
Guys,
for another hour. We can make
I
it
can't
two
do
hours. I do
guys,
not care, Beans.
Because we're answering these questions and we're actually solving problems in the real world. I want to get 10 likes on this goddamn video, guys. Did you know that Matum's in this goddamn podcast right here?
All
right
right.
now?
Yeah,
Maiden,
and
speak in
here's
sign
her
language, sign
question.
language, sign language.
Thank you.
That's fucking stupid, Matum. You cannot say that clones are
Jesus
not.
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
okay, Beans. Go ahead.
Matum,
That was a
you
joke,
don't
by
need
the
that,
way.
Matum.
Speak through Matum. Or no.
Okay, so Matum has just fucking hijacked my brain and tells me to say this question. So, forward period. You find a book and begin to read only to discover that it is your life. You get to the point that you are at now. Do you turn the page knowing that you'll not be able to change the events to come?
Ooh.
Oh.
So would you-
Yeah, I would.
Would you
Why
change
wouldn't
the
I?
page to what your future is?
If I
Because,
don't
like,
get to
it
change
doesn't
it, I don't
change
know what to
anything.
expect. I'll be at peace because
Listen.
if it's inevitable, then I might as well be at peace with it. Nothing changes anything if I'm
Okay,
like
okay.
worried about it. You know.
So, but think about this now. See, before you would have walked. So, let's say the book says you're going to get fucking paralyzed from the waist down next week. Before, you would have just been walking around living this week fine. And then next week, you would have been fucked from completely surprised
You
fuck.
know, that
Now-
question.
Now, what you are now fucking paranoid as hell, worrying that next week you will be hit at 10:30 p.m. on
I
a Tuesday.
wouldn't have to
Tuesday.
worry about that. Why would I worry? There's
You're gonna be
no
paralyzed from the waist
reason
down.
for me
That's
to worry
fucking
though,
painful.
because it's inevitable.
Think
Yeah,
about
it's
this,
painful,
Beans.
but even if it would have happened no matter what, that pain's gonna happen.
It would have happened, but
You know, knowing that's gonna
I've
happen
been-
makes it better because you can prepare for it. You can mentally say like, "Hey, I'm gonna be paralyzed. I'm gonna live my life out now." You know, even if that could maybe living my
Yeah.
life out is the reason why I'm paralyzed. But no matter what, I can't change the
Exactly.
situation. You know,
And
maybe
another
I try
thing
to
I
kill
wanna-
myself instead, and that's the reason why I'm
See,
paralyzed.
okay,
or
yeah,
some
but
shit like that.
Another thing I
what
want
is
to
it?
another thing I want to add on to this is like this question kind of reminds me of what would you rather know? when you die or how you die, right?
Exactly.
So like,
I'd rather
how
know
you
when I die.
I'd rather know. I want to know how.
No,
I
that's
die, because
that's
then-
Yes,
retarded.
how?
Because if you
No,
don't know the
actually,
time
no.
frame, if you don't know the
Because
time
then
frame,
you
you can
avoid-
say
No, you can't avoid it no matter
yeah,
what.
Yeah,
that's
let's
how
say-
you're
die
going
that
to
is-
die,
because-
Chris. That's how
If
you're
you're
going to
being
die.
told-
No
Look,
matter what,
if
you're
you know
gonna
when
die that
you're-
way.
Let's say you
Dude,
have.
it's like the what was that Greek myth? The one with the mirrors. What was his name? Fuck.
It's like, okay, Soviet, listen.
Okay.
It's like saying you have AIDS, right? You have AIDS. And the doctor tells you, okay, tomorrow you're going to die. There's no way to prevent that. I would rather know how I die.
Of
so
AIDS,
that I can
of AIDS.
Because I can prevent myself from fucking that bitch.
No. Oh my
No.
fuck. You're
Okay,
gonna
so
die
wait.
no
If
matter
you already
what.
have AIDS,
Chris,
you can't
Chris,
prevent
the
it.
information
How-
tells you you're gonna
wait,
have
wait.
AIDS no matter what. That you can't prevent that. That is your inevitable outcome. That's not gonna change. You know that's how you're gonna die, no matter what happens. Maybe it's old age or whatever. You know, you don't have to worry about it. But knowing when you're gonna die means that like you can be like, hey, am I gonna die from this? No, probably not, because my future is settled already. I wouldn't go skydiving,
Yeah.
dog, knowing that I'm not gonna die until like a year later. That like this is not
See,
gonna
think
kill me.
Yeah,
about
dude, I could do
Pop
the most
question.
intense shit knowing that I wouldn't die. But if
Pop
I knew how I
question.
would die, then it's like the Narcissus situation.
Pop
His family
question.
knew he would die
What?
from mirrors, so he kept them away from mirrors, which ended up killing him because he saw a mirror
Pop
and just
question,
fucking
guys.
looked at
Listen,
himself. Okay, what's
listen,
this question?
I heard this in a book. Oh, no, where the fuck did I hear this?
Heard?
I heard that AIDS. I heard.
Oh my
that
God, I already don't
that
like where this is
AIDS
going.
originated from a guy fucking a monkey. Like, where do you guys think AIDS originally?
I don't
like,
fucking know.
Probably
Chris,
that,
let me
or
ask
maybe
you-
a blood
I don't know the
transfusion. Maybe
origin-
someone biting,
Chris,
like
how
a
about
fucking
this?
chimp biting a fucking person and then bleeding all over the place and
It
then
was just
swapping blood.
some virus
and then it
mutating. I mean,
transmuting
just
into,
some
like,
single-celled organism mutating to live off
your
other
single
people.
cell fucking
Captain, you
organism,
wanted to
fucking
ask me something.
Yeah,
What's
I wanted to
going on?
ask something. So,
Mm.
okay. So let's say you wanted to find out how you died rather than like when you died, okay? So you were told that you're going to die of AIDS, but you don't actually have it at that point. So for the rest of your life you're going you're having safe sex, you're wearing a condom, that kind of shit. You know, being with clean
That's the
people.
plan. That's the plan.
And then
exactly.
one
But
day you get
regardless,
fucking
you're gonna
injected.
die of
Yeah,
AIDS.
regardless, no matter what you do, you're avoiding a bunch of shit, knowing that
Like you could just be sitting there on the street and some homeless man bleeding all over the place,
spits in
fucking
your eye.
swipes blood into your mouth, and then you've got
Yeah,
it.
and so you spend your entire life paranoid about situations that could have caused it. Even though
Yeah.
no matter what you do, that might be even the reason why you're avoiding fucking sex. Some bitch calls you, and instead of saving, you're like, "Whoa, no, she doesn't want to use condoms, so I'm not gonna go to that bitch's house." And instead, you're walking, to the grocery store to buy condoms or some shit. And on that way to buy the condoms, that's where you get pricked by a homeless man with an HIV needle.
Yeah.
That is the reason why.
You
The
know-
entire reason why you got AIDS is because you were worrying about it instead of like knowing,
But
hey, I don't have to worry about getting
now-
AIDS because that's not how I die. I die 20 years in the
But
future.
the thing is, who's controlling me? I could just
You're
no sex,
controlling you.
virgin life forever. That's
Okay,
all.
yeah,
everything,
so-
everything
What
that
if
has
you get
happened
raped?
already can happen.
There's still, if you
are in a
are gonna die from
timeline
AIDS,
that is
that will
infinite.
happen. There's no way to prevent it.
Chris, if like I don't know who's like someone who can tell the future. I don't know. If
God.
someone
tell the
who's really
future.
accurate with telling the future tells you, Chris, one day you're going to die of AIDS, and you're like, well, I don't have AIDS, and like,
Imagine God just comes down and is like, Chris, my son, you're gonna die from AIDS.
It's God's
And then
plan,
he just
dog.
fucks off.
imagine being told
The second
that.
coming of Jesus is just him saying you're gonna die from AIDS.
He walks down the
That's
street
like-
like, you're gonna
Yeah.
die of AIDS, you're gonna die of AIDS, you're gonna die of AIDS.
Jesus
that's
shows
that's
up,
the
says-
entirely New Testament.
tells everyone who's gonna die of AIDS, and then
Testament
just
is just,
fucking
like-
dips.
People. Dude.
But just imagine being told that, and so you live your whole entire life trying to be safe, but regardless, no matter what happens, AIDS is going to strike you, and you're going to die of it.
That is
It
not
wouldn't
true.
matter how.
Because
Shut
No,
up,
it
Chris.
is true.
And
I
this
can-
in this
okay.
situation it is without 100% certainty you're gonna do it, and no matter what you do, you can't prevent it.
Yeah,
That is
but
the
the
situation.
thing is,
Shut the fuck
I
up,
can
Chris.
like,
You cannot.
can do
You
things to
cannot.
prevent it.
You
You have to
cannot.
expect the
No, if
unexpected
you
with
are
that
gonna die
shit.
from it, that's how you're gonna die. You can't prevent it.
What
I
if
mean,
I
maybe you can
if I
extend
found-
it, but eventually you will, and you'll be way too paranoid for the
what
rest
if
of
I
your life.
try to die a different death? Wouldn't that affect that?
You're gonna
No.
shoot you. You're gonna like try to
Somehow
kill
you're gonna
yourself,
survive.
and the bullet's
You're
gonna
gonna
go
miss
It
like
doesn't
through
matter.
your
You
fucking
can't mess with
hippocampus.
fate.
You're gonna forget everything.
gonna-
Fuck a person, you know, and then get AIDS, and then forget. Then you're gonna remember all of a sudden. You're gonna get your brain. You're gonna get your fucking like mental capacity back, and be like, oh yeah, I don't want to get AIDS because that one genie told me. And then you're just like, oh shit, I forgot. That's how I was gonna. And then you're gonna die of AIDS. And that's
Chris,
it.
if I was told
but the thing is,
that I was
if you
gonna-
know-
Right. Holy crap.
If you know
fucking
when you're gonna die, you're gonna be a risk taker. I can
You
do
can be
whatever. I can
fearless
just fucking
Yeah.
do
for
everything.
whatever, you know.
I can jump off that building because I know I won't die this year. I
I'd
will
rather
die
know
10
when
years
I'm
from
gonna
now.
die than
I
how
can
I'm
get
gonna
lung
die.
cancer
course.
and die from AIDS instead. That sounds like a plan.
Like Chris, if I was told my death was I'm gonna be crushed by steel girder, I would do my best to stay away from any construction sites. But at some
But-
point in my life, like
gonna
some
happen.
random steel girder from like a
A steel
truck-
girder
the thing
inside
is,
your
you're
apartment
gonna
is just
have
gonna fall
plans.
down and crush
You're
you.
gonna walk out
Yeah.
that day saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go on a date today. Better avoid those steel girders still." You know, that's get the back of
Yeah.
your mind. That's get your mind, your entire life's gonna be shaped around that. But one event that you're planning, you're not expecting to die that day. You know you're gonna die soon, but you already know you're gonna die. You know, at some point in your life. You know, you already
Yeah.
know you're gonna die,
'Cause if you
and you don't plan things
if you know
around
when
it.
you're gonna die, that would be better because if I have a book in front of me and says I'm gonna die in 2077 on August 3rd.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
I
like
will
not
know
plan anything that
that
day.
on August 3rd I'm gonna die regardless.
So I'm gonna
of
have
what
the date.
happens.
I'm gonna have the
You're
date
right.
before I die, and not like during it. And so my
Yeah.
partner's gonna experience my fucking
actually-
death outside
dude,
of like the coffee shop.
I had that opinion for this long time. I think we shouldn't call this the edibles podcast. We should call this.
Dude, this is just
Chris's
the
life
deep shit cast,
The
man.
Deep Mind podcast.
Well, we
call
convinced
this-
Chris shit 'cause he's
future
retarded.
Future Chris, listen. If you're listening to this right now,
Hey, future Chris, fuck
I
you.
need
You're a dumbass bitch. You know what? Step up here. Fuck you,
Chris,
future
have you paid the
Chris.
child
Chris,
support
listen.
yet?
Fuck you.
Name
You better
the
be sad
title.
about this.
Name-
You're gonna be
name the
sad.
title.
Future Chris,
Okay,
you're
I
gonna
want
die
you
of
to
a
be
toe
sad when
infection.
you listen to my audio. You're gonna be like
Listen,
taking out the
listen.
peaks and shit. You're gonna be fucking crying your eyes out. I hope that of you. I hope that you
Listen,
cry.
Future
Jesus
Chris,
Christ.
Listen, Future Chris, listen. All I'm saying is change the title to Chris's life-changing experience.
Dude, this one, I don't even know what the fuck we're gonna do for this.
Give
Next
us,
riddle,
yeah,
next
give us
riddle.
another shit. Wait.
Okay, I got a paradox.
How about
for you.
after we do a fucking what's it called?
How about we don't-
Hypotheticals?
how about we
Hypothetical,
don't do
yes, right
paradox?
after.
Yeah, let's. Okay, after this one, we'll do some hypotheticals.
Okay.
I want to do riddles because riddles
Fuck
are
you.
fun.
No, I want to do
Okay.
because Chris doesn't believe in anything and I have to go convince him. It's easier to just like make shit up.
Oh wait, no, this one's the same one as the one we just did earlier.
Let's ask us. We're not gonna
Okay.
be able to tell.
Okay, Soviet, can I ask you something?
I found one.
No.
Can I ask you one thing? One thing
No.
only. Do you drink McDonald's soda?
Like the really like fizzy Sprite that they have and shit.
Yes.
Like when you accidentally drop
Bro,
your
I don't
phone in
know
there and start
McDonald's.
charging. You know, you feel.
Okay.
Damn.
Would you say Burger King Sprite is better than McDonald's Sprite?
Uh,
Because it's more fizzy.
I don't know.
I tested this one day, right?
That's all I'm gonna
Fucking
apply to McDonald's.
scientifically
I'm gonna be
tested
like,
both
I
of them.
So-
conducted a study between all fast food restaurant chains, and your company has the
like-
fizziest Sprite, and that's why I want to work at this place.
How did you
Here's what
test the
happened.
fizziness
Already
of
have
Sprite,
the
Chris?
answer to that, Chris. Burger King has those gross ass like freestyle Coke machines now, so it's gross.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
the
I
freestyle,
hate those ones.
The freestyle machines actually, they're
They're cool and
pretty
all,
cool.
but they're
Dude.
dumb.
The freestyle machines are gross because every liquid's coming out one pipe.
Yeah.
All I gotta
I
say-
didn't think about
All
that.
I gotta say
Oh.
is that
I worked at
King-
Burger King for a year.
Oh,
All I'm saying,
fuck!
Captain,
You
I
just
know
ruined
that
those for
shit.
me.
all I'm
Fuck
saying,
you.
Captain, is that Sprite from Burger King has a Fruit Loops taste.
Yes,
And
always.
McDonald's-
Everything has a Fruit Loops taste.
Yes,
What?
People
exactly.
are always mixing flavors and shit.
Yes. So, I just gotta say, McDonald's Sprite, good job.
That's why if you ever wanted... Okay, fucking quick lesson for anyone who drinks from a freestyle machine. Set it to water first. Let it drain for like 5 seconds before you drink anything.
Oh my god.
Life hack. It won't taste like Fruit Loops. Anyways, here's a paradox for y'all. It's called the crocodile paradox. Have you heard of it
I'm
before?
a croc.
Crocodile. Croc
Okay.
the drug.
It's a little bit long, but here it goes. A crocodile snatches a young boy from a riverbank. His mother pleads with the crocodile to return him. To which the crocodile replies that he will only return the boy safely if the mother can guess correctly whether or not he will indeed return the boy. There is no problem if the mother guesses that the crocodile will return him. If she is right, he is returned. If she is wrong, the crocodile keeps him. If she answers that the crocodile will not return him, however, we end up with a paradox. If she is right, and the crocodile never intended to return her child, then the crocodile has to return him, but in doing so, breaks his words and contradicts the mother's answer. On the other hand, if she is wrong and the crocodile actually did intend to return the boy, the crocodile must then keep him even though he intended not to, thereby also breaking his word. So what do you think?
Can you send the paragraph? Because I did not listen to.
Well, the entire point, the entire point is the crocodile has to be binary. It has to have one choice. So, if you just say you're gonna return my crocodile, you're gonna return my you're gonna fuck, you're gonna return my baby, you know, and the crocodile was like, yeah, I'm gonna return your baby. If it returns it, nothing happens. You know, the only reason there would be a paradox is the crocodile was like, you know, didn't have a binary thought. And it was like, you gotta agree no matter what. Or you gotta agree or disagree, just contradict the human. The crocodile didn't say that his answer is gonna contradict the human. The crocodile said he had an answer in mind. You know, it's not a paradox. It's only a paradox if the crocodile has both sides. Which it shouldn't, because it told them that it had one side that it already picked.
What the mom has to guess is his intent at the moment. He intends to keep it. So if he intends to keep it, that therefore she gets right. So he, despite the fact he wants to keep it, he's forced to give it over.
Wait. Before we go on, Captain, can you send the paragraph? Because I want to read it again. I forgot what you said.
Okay.
Like, actually.
Oh, I think you sent it to me.
I'll post it in.
Fucking hell.
Oh, Raven.
If you say that, you know, you're not going to return my son.
There.
You know, and she's wrong.
Oh yeah, I did give you that.
That's right. Yeah, fucking God, you made me forget my shit. You guys are bumbling fucktards.
Okay.
You feel?
Okay. This one was a little bit long, my apologies.
I cannot see it.
There we go. There's the thing.
Okay, so we answered the thing.
I'll also post that in the podcast channel.
The crocodile is one answer. So it's not really a paradox at all. You know, the crocodile's not gonna change answers. So what you should say is you're gonna return my son. Because if she's wrong, then tough shit, you know, whatever. It's like she's not gonna she's not gonna get it.
I'm assuming, because I'm still trying to understand it. I'm assuming the question is, the mother has to guess, you know, what the intent of the crocodile is. But if she's wrong, obviously the crocodile's gonna keep him.
So,
but it's like,
so if you say the intent was not to keep it and you're right, then you don't get your child. You know.
Yeah.
But if you,
it's like she's right, therefore she's also wrong. But if she's wrong, she's also right.
But if you
That's
say,
pretty much the paradox.
I don't know, if you say that she's gonna return it, and the crocodile's like, yeah, I'm gonna return the kid. They get away, the kid returns. That is an outcome that can be stopped. It's a terminating outcome. It doesn't repeat itself because eventually the fucking crocodile has its own opinion. You know, it knows what it's gonna do.
That's true.
It's not a paradox because it doesn't loop. It doesn't need to loop. There's a scenario in which it doesn't loop, which is like two scenarios. One where you say you're not gonna return my kid, and then the crocodile agrees, like, yeah, of course I'm not gonna fucking return your kid. That's mine. I'm gonna eat it. And then there's one where it's like, you're gonna return my kid, and it's like, yeah, you're right, and because you're right, I'm gonna return it. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the question again? Just read the paragraph.
Oh my god, just fucking read over it in podcast.
I read the paragraph. What was the question?
Eat shit.
If
what the crocodile would do? Okay.
The mother has to guess if.
Okay, so crocodiles, right? Crocodiles seem like the type to lie. To be honest, they seem like lying fucks.
Crocodiles seem like they're not to fucking
They
talk.
also can't fucking speak.
Yeah, that's a huge factor.
that too.
See,
They probably can't speak. So shut up.
Person's fucking
just
all
pull out
for
a rock
rockers.
and cap him.
I'm talking here. Anyways,
I'm talking here.
So, anyways, if you think about it, right, the crocodile can be liars because I saw this one short, right, where like a crocodile lied. I don't know what it was, but I'm just making shit up right now. But
Chris, the question pretty much is, if the woman guesses right, then the son will come back. But if she guesses wrong, the crocodile keeps him. Now the question is, does the crocodile have intent on hurting the child? Yes or no?
Yes. Next riddle.
Well, how do
Why
you
would
know
a
that?
crocodile raise a child?
How would we know
Crocodiles are
that though?
fucking
What if the
hungry.
crocodile had intended on giving the child back? And it's like if you ask the reverse of that, then how do you know the crocodile had any intent on eating it? It's like
Crocodiles are fucking hungry.
I mean, you know what?
That's
You know
the
what?
answer.
I got a headache right now. Can we move on to a different
Yeah.
riddle?
No,
Means
a
I
fucking
believe you have a
hypothetical, dog. A
hypothetical.
hypothetical.
yeah.
Oh fuck, I don't have one. Actually, wait.
Beans, I didn't think so.
Fuck. See, I was playing this one, but because of how deep we've gotten, this one's gonna be
You
shit.
ever think about how you're
Alright.
literally just a pee bottle?
Would you? Okay.
Damn.
How about this? Would you rather piss or shit Coke?
Piss or shit Coke?
Piss or shit.
Like Coca-Cola?
Because like shitting is
Yeah.
disgusting. But
I'd
I
rather I
mind
wouldn't
piss.
I
I don't
wouldn't
want
want
solid
the
hard.
feeling of fizzy soda down my urethra. So I'd rather
To
shit
be
it.
honest,
Oh,
it might
yeah.
be
I'd
also,
rather
like,
shit it.
in your
might
ass.
be
I will,
nice,
Chris.
because, like,
Shut
piss-
the fuck up.
No, I
Shut
don't want a fizzy
up.
dick. There's
Because
no
I
way.
want.
It's like,
Shut
it might
up.
be nice.
I do not want this. No,
I
I'd
don't
rather,
want a fizzy dick. That's all I know.
Imagine,
Soviet,
imagine
discuss your
shaking.
argument.
I'd rather actually. You know what? Imagine you're fucking like you're constipated. Okay, you want to die. You know what you do? You jumping jacks and then sit down on the toilet and then let it rip. You know, you're in farting contests. Look, would you rather fart or would you rather literally pee gas? Okay.
Okay. Well, here's
Okay,
the
but
thing though. It's
Like
like
imagine
rather
burping
act
through your
like a
dick.
fizzy-
Okay. Do you, okay. You know the feeling of burping through your nose.
So cool.
You know the feeling of burping through your nose? Imagine that on your penis, okay? Imagine, you know when you like drink something really fizzy and you burp and it goes through your nose and it's the most painful thing ever? Just for drinking soda?
Yeah.
Imagine that through your urethra, okay? No one wants
Dude,
that.
but that would be so cool.
Shut up,
Imagine, like-
Chris.
imagine like burping
Shut
on your penis,
up,
dude.
Chris.
Like, the flaps just like.
Shut up.
No,
Chris.
no.
That is not your penis.
Then
Your penis does
no,
not
and then
do
it
that.
all just shakes and shit. No, you don't want that. You don't
But
want
imagine
that.
also shitting through your asshole.
Okay,
Imagine
okay,
how,
okay. Wait,
I mean,
Captain,
at first
is
it might feel like tingly and ooh, that feels good. But after a while, that shit would burn.
Okay,
The thing
Captain. Is it ice cold or is it hot?
It's
like body
okay,
temperature.
how about this?
It wouldn't.
some days it's ice cold, some days it's hot. So it's a mixed bag. Whenever you
Okay,
piss or
okay.
shit,
Also think
it'll-
about this.
it'll
Think about
be a
this.
guess.
I
Coca-Cola
wanna
is a
live on the
natural
wild
cleaner.
side.
You know, you've seen people putting Coca-Cola in their fucking like toilets so it unclogs
Oh.
it. Imagine that in your colon. You know how clean your asshole would be? It's just like cleaning
Yeah,
it from
you'd
the
be world's
inside.
cleanest
It
asshole.
would be like perfect,
Yeah, but-
other than the sugar crusted on it. But it would just be perfect. It would
Okay.
be like clean,
But-
like an enema, but like
Yeah, but the thing about that, Soviet, is if you constantly clean something with something else, like if you were cleaning a bathroom tile with ammonia or something, after a while it's gonna look shitty again because you're only using ammonia on this one bathroom tile, and it's just gonna be
Yeah, but that's
gross.
not the thing. Is the human body is constantly repairing itself. So you're cleaning out all the dead cells and whatever. Everything that's healthy can repair itself if it gets damaged. And also, the
Well,
fucking human
also-
body is really resilient. It literally holds shit for this fucking toxic
is, right?
substance for its life. A little bit of like fucking Coca-Cola, which is like fine to drink, is like whatever. It's like it's not dangerous for you. It's not whatever for you. It's
But
like your
here's the
body
thing,
can fucking
right?
handle it. Your asshole is pretty tough.
Also,
I just wanna answer you, Captain. I do wanna piss Coke, because like if I can risk the chance of it being ice cold, whenever I'm in the
Imagine
whenever I-
cold fucking pee.
That'd
That
be
would probably
good.
be
Oh my
worse.
God, but
Shut
it's-
up.
It's Coke.
I-
See, the
I
thing
don't-
is,
It's
I don't want to
fizzy,
clean out my
ice
dick hole.
cold
That's
don't
it.
wanna eat
pee.
shit.
I am not going to eat. I'm not going to drink it. You want to
Well, like I
drink
said,
piss
either-
Coke.
Shit,
Do you
dog.
want to drink?
Some days it's ice
Do you
cold,
want
other
to
days it's
drink
really hot.
Coke that is touch the nut that has also come out of your dick? Okay, it is mixed with pee and nut. Okay, do you want
no, it
that
is
in your
pee.
body?
All right, because this Coke's
No.
also gonna be nutmeg.
Exactly.
Well,
Also, like
When you
the
shit
only
it
thing
out,
going
it's
in your
gone.
asshole is
It's a
shit.
problem. You don't want this. Isn't a superpower, okay? This is a curse. You're like you're
The
asking
curse-
which is the best
curse
way to
of
deal with this
shitting
curse.
coke.
It's not like I have a preference. I would want to do this. This is like I don't want
Also,
to
after
do
this,
this,
you'd
and I
never
want to
want coke
like
again in your
live my
life.
best life with
Yeah.
this disease.
Even if it tastes fucking delicious, would you eat anything that comes out your own asshole?
No, I would not,
true.
and I
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
drink
true.
anything. I would fucking piss either, unless it's like a dire situation. And
That was my
in a
intention. I wanted to
situation
drink
in a
it.
situation where I would need to drink that much Coke, I could just buy it. There's no point. I drink Coke enough, you know. I don't have an obsession
Even
where
though-
I always need to do
No
it.
matter what, I
Also,
would
you're
hate
risking.
coke after this because it's coming out my
Yeah,
fucking
you're
dick or
like-
asshole.
Also,
It's coming out of
one
you.
thing, Soviet, you mentioned like how the body repairs itself. I learned about this in my anatomy class. You know, your body does repair stuff, but it repairs at a certain rate. So if you're pissing frequently or you're shitting frequently and your insides are all getting stained by coke and stuff, if your body can only repair so fast, so like the more frequent you shit, like the less time it'll take to fully repair and the more it'll sting and
Well,
hurt.
The thing with this, which is more resilient, a fucking long tube of thick muscle. It is muscle. It is entirely smooth muscle. You know, which is really long strands of muscle fibers that are really resilient because they need to be. They're holding in this toxic bile and shit like that, and it has to keep it away from your body. So of course it's going to be thick. Or your urethra, which is this tiny tube of like a thin layer of skin and a thin layer of muscle. It's not even a muscle, you know. What would you rather have soda flowing through? An asshole,
I don't know about
you
y'all,
know, a
but
strong muscle,
I
or a
piss more
tiny little
frequently than I
urethra?
shit. I piss more frequently than
Oh,
I
of
shit,
course.
so either way it would be worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or either way it would be bad because if I'm pissing coke, what do I do, like 4 times a day or something? I, my, what are they called? The enzymes. My brain is fucking out of this world right now. Whatever repairs your innards, your muscles, and all that, it will
Tissues.
still be slower compared to the amount you're pissing and all that.
That's true. You know what, Soviet? I'm gonna shake your hand digitally.
So
Thank you.
piss or shit coke.
I'm gonna shit coke.
Oh, shit, of course.
Fuck yeah, that's another
Okay.
one down the book.
All right,
Next-
Dean. So you got a
next-
hypothetical.
Next question.
You know what? Now that we've lined this up, but
Come on.
would you fuck a Ditto from Pokemon? Because think
Yes.
about this.
Because
Oh.
it might feel good. Because like, all right.
No, the thing is, it can turn into whatever you want.
Yeah,
It can be
Shut
the
up,
sexiest
Beans.
idiot.
Shut up.
But no matter what, it's
But
gonna
shut
have
up,
the
Beans.
fucking dumbass
Shut
Ditto
up,
face.
Beans.
So would you do it?
Shut up, Beans. Let me talk.
Yeah, because there's no
Okay.
remorse out of it.
Real shit. Listen, Ditto, right? Okay, no furry shit. I'm not a furry. Fuck that shit.
You're gonna fuck that
I
one
would
girl
make
from
it
Guatemala.
learn- What?
Or the fucking what's that? Well,
Do you know what Ditto is?
I know what fuck what Ditto
Pokemon.
is. You're gonna make it into some anime characters. You can fuck the anime character.
No, I'm gonna make it into a Pokemon because that's all.
What,
it
you
can
wanna
do is
fuck
control
Pokemons?
humans.
Whoa.
Okay,
What?
no,
No.
Chris.
What?
Chris, this wasn't the
What?
hypothetical.
No, it can
Chris, this
copy
wasn't the
anything. It's
hypothetical.
not just
Can
Pokemon.
Ditto-
Chris, this is sauce. This is sauce, Chris.
Can Ditto copy humans?
Chris.
Well,
Yes.
okay, so do you
Oh.
remember how it worked in the Pokemon universe? It can only copy things it sees. There was an episode of the Pokemon show, and I remember this when I was a little baba. Jesse showed the Ditto a book with a really hot guy in it, and the Ditto can only transform into the book. It only can transform into things it physically sees. It can't transform into something it sees in a picture.
You know.
So you
I
would
just
have
gotta-
to show the Ditto something you would want
So
to
it'd
fuck.
be
Okay,
someone in your life,
I'll-
basically. Who in your life?
It's
You know.
an epic win,
Well, it
dude.
could just be a hot stranger on the street.
Dude, I could literally just catch Ditto, bring it out, and be like, all right, come to my bedroom, and then.
Why
make it
is
look at a
that? Why is
picture.
this?
Turn
Why
into
is this
me.
a hypothetical?
Turn into me.
How is this a hypothetical?
Soviet
though?
always told me to go. No, Soviet always told me to go fuck myself. So I'm gonna show him a
No, you're
picture.
right.
of me,
No.
and then I'm.
You
gonna
don't
make
need to
him
show him a
fuck
picture. You're there.
no, Chris,
You
no.
dunce.
Yeah,
You're right there.
Oh yeah.
Because if I took Ditto and I showed it a picture of Rosalina from Mario, it would only turn into just a picture of Rosalina.
Yeah,
It
why would
wouldn't
you
turn
need a
into
picture, you
Rosalina.
fucking idiot?
You'd have to actually
Because-
physically show the Ditto the item that you want to fuck.
So
That's how it
Chris is
works.
just
Oh,
retarded.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, you are
Right,
stupid.
Right. I
Fucking-
forgot. I am there.
So Chris,
God.
if there was a girl in your life that you wanted to have sex with, you would have to take the ditto to that girl, show it to the ditto, and then take it home and then fuck it.
There's not really that. I've never thought of that. I've never been
That's
like.
how it works. That's how ditto works.
dog.
I mean, you wouldn't have to say it audibly. You wouldn't be in school like, hey, ditto. That bitch right over there, the one with the big titties and the brown hair, that's the one.
See,
Okay, see
I'm
what
gonna
you
see
do.
you in
No.
a few hours.
you see this picture of this fucking
It
internet
doesn't-
celebrity right here, dog? She sells bath water. Turn into this shit.
It would only
I'ma
turn
jerk
into the
you.
picture.
All right.
It wouldn't turn
Soviet,
into the
what
girl.
about
It
you?
would turn into like
Yeah,
a
I don't
tweet
get
and-
how this is like a moral dilemma or some shit like that. You know, like this is like,
Well,
yeah, no repercussions.
I mean, you are technically fucking a Pokemon,
who
which is
gives
an
a shit,
animal.
you know, there's
so-
no repercussions.
Damn.
You know, like the entire point of like bestiality is it's fucking unnatural. You're fucking the thing that is not the likeness of a human being because you enjoy the likeness of a dog or some shit like that. That's you know, that's immoral. That's taboo. You know, but you're in this case, you're fucking a human like figure that with human body parts and things like that. You know, it's human. You're lusting over the human aspect. You're not like getting off by the fact that it's a Pokemon. You're getting off by the fact that it represents a person that you want to fuck.
That is true.
I don't get that how that's a fucking hypothetical either. Beans, you just wanted to say that before the
That's all I'm
recording.
saying.
Alright. I found a website with a few good hypotheticals. And I found one that's really interesting. It's the first one. You're walking in a forest and you found a black suitcase. Inside it holds $1 million and a piece of paper stained in blood with a single word, don't. Would you take the suitcase or leave it?
Take it, because I live on the wild side. Turn up.
I already know when I'm gonna die, so it depends on my answer. It depends on that question. Because like if it says like, hey, don't take it, like I'm gonna fucking take it if I know I'm gonna die in 20 years. This is like it's a fucking car bomb that
So,
blows me up
what
and
if
just
the
paralyzed
bag
for 20 years
causes the
until some
curse?
like sad
What the
fucking
bag
vote
curses you that
comes
causes you
up
to die in 20 years?
I mean, like, yeah, then
Fuck
tough
it,
shit.
that's the way he
yeah, that's the way I
dies.
die, you know. I would have
Yeah,
known that
actually
at 20
true.
years. You
Easy
know?
question, Captain. Next question.
Okay. Beans, do you want to read one from that site?
Okay, let me go find one then.
Yeah.
Looking through.
Let's see if we can find one that can really make them question shit. I'm looking at
Make me
one right
big
now
think.
that...
Okay. Yeah, we're totally not here, guys. Listen, the audience totally doesn't exist right now. Say something. Okay, Soviet,
What?
quick question.
Yes, tell me.
Would you
What
fuck
else?
Shat? Would you want? Okay, if you
Shad
could,
Man?
would you physically?
Oh.
Would you physically see Shadow fuck Sonic?
No, I would not.
What?
That's not something
Oh,
I would
oh,
want to
okay.
One question. No.
Oh.
That's one of my top priorities
Okay,
for one of my wishes.
okay.
Okay. So
You said
one of
okay
my
as if
wishes-
like the entire point of that question was you to get off that like get that off your chest. You didn't. You asked me.
yes, I need that.
You asked me not just because you wanted to know my answer, because you wanted to sit up you
Yes.
telling people that, which isn't okay.
Yes.
Using me as a crutch to get your weird sick fetishes out to the fucking public. You sad sack of human shit.
Okay. Well, would you see?
No,
that?
I wouldn't.
That's my
No, that
question.
was that was my answer.
But why?
Because
but
that's
why?
sick shit. It's like they're fucking they're unnatural creatures, and you know to see that in real life. In real life, they would have to abide by physics. They would have to abide by laws, and so they would turn into their anamorphic selves as if they were actual hedgehogs. So I'll either be watching hedgehogs fuck, or I'll be watching these giant humanoid hedgehogs with spikes and quills all over them have sex in front of me for no discernible reason. Okay, and I'm not up for either of those. I can live my life without them. Nothing has changed. I gain and or lose nothing other than like a fucking experience I didn't want to see. I get nothing out of that situation. So there's no point. There's no like monetary compensation for me actually seeing that. Literally nothing happens out of it other than me seeing that being scarred for life. That's not something I want to go through.
So you
That
wouldn't want to
is
see
true.
Sonic and Shadow
I
fuck?
would not. That is my final answer.
Awesome.
No, that'd be fucking no. I don't want to see that ever. So
right,
okay,
what
I
are your
finally got
questions?
one. So if the world were to end, would you sacrifice yourself to
No.
save it,
Sure,
or
why not?
Or would you, let everyone die out and save yourself?
I would let everyone die out because the entire what my philosophy is after I die, nothing really matters. Because if I die, oh no, how am I gonna be sad from beyond the grave that no one else is alive? I'm not gonna be happy for everyone else now that I'm dead. I'm gonna experience nothing. Okay. So I'm not okay, cool, you're gonna put flowers on my grave and shit because I saved all your lives. But I feel nothing. I get nothing from that. I am dead. I lose the ability to experience things. Your body is just a vesicle to just a vessel.
Okay,
to
but remember,
experience
you're also in
things.
an empty world.
I'm in an empty world.
There's
I
no
can still
one
live
else
my
here.
life
You're
longer until I
truly
can
alone.
fucking off myself. But I still get the choice. People live in a world, and that's cool and all. Maybe my whatever. But I still live, and I am the only person that really matters in my frame. Because okay, cool. I lose the experiences of everyone, but I still actually contain the ability to experience more things. When people die, they lose the ability to experience anything. They get no new experiences. I might be sad, but it's still an experience better than fucking being dead and just in a bleak world forever. Literally, your eternity is just fucking bleak and dark.
I agree.
Nice.
Sophie. It's because
love
that I want to go first now.
Soviet, I
because
honestly
Yeah, we
really-
definitely need to have Chris
I
go
honestly
first.
really like the way you think about stuff. You're very
I-
deep whenever it comes to things.
I need to go first
Okay,
because Sophie
that's
always
fine.
answers the goddamn
Fine.
question.
Do you want to go first on
Yeah,
this
you
next
can go
one?
first. So I
Sure,
can
why
debate your
not?
shit. I'll be able to judge.
No, it's not really a debate thing. It's really like a something you pick. So you guys seen The Matrix, right?
Yes.
No.
Well, there's parts where Neo learns shit instantly.
Yeah.
So if you could learn any one skill in the world without trying, just instantly, which would you pick?
Fuck,
Flying.
man.
Because, listen.
What?
Flying? Okay.
Okay, let's
Think about
dial
this.
it back a little bit, Chris. It has to be attainable by humans.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
okay,
you
okay.
can't
Because
learn
in the
fly.
Matrix,
I don't
in the
wanna-
Matrix, the way they do it is
I
they
see
take
here.
records
But the
and they
thing
add it
is-
to that person.
but
So it would have to be something that
but
people
the
have
thing
already
is,
done.
listen, I said I was gonna go first.
Shut up! I'm setting up the question.
Thing is, but the thing is, right? What the fuck was I gonna say?
Fucking exactly.
Nah. What was I gonna say? Fucking. So.
Anything humanly possible.
So the thing is, how do you know what is the maximum
Okay,
capability
okay.
of humans? Nobody
The
has
que-
ever thought
I
about
literally
that. The thing
answered your
is-
question right there by saying it is something that is achievable through records. So karate, you can learn karate because there's many karate records, and that's how they.
But
Basically
how do you
anything
know-
you can take
how
a
do you-
class
like,
on.
How do you know?
Because
it's
the
collected.
Karate at the max.
Because it's collected from the most achievable amounts.
like if there was a human who could actually fly and there's no records of it, you would never be able to learn how to fly.
How do you learn how to
Unless I
fly?
grow wings.
How do you learn how to fly through a person that never explained how they flew?
Yeah, who could teach you?
If
Dog,
someone can
okay,
teach
okay.
you
There's
it,
no one.
you can do it. So you basically you're asking what superpower do you want or what ability do you want that a human has achieved already? I'm at a world record,
Basically-
like water, fucking breathing underwater or whatever.
Okay,
If someone
okay,
can
okay,
do
okay,
it, then
okay,
someone
okay.
can teach
Listen,
you it.
I actually contradict my fuck, I didn't contradict anything. Fuck, hold up.
Like there's records of the
fucking-
best chess
listen,
players in the world.
listen,
you could
Captain.
essentially be the best
Yeah.
chess.
Okay,
Because
yeah,
that
why would I
person-
want to learn chess?
Imagine if that person went
Well,
into
it's
your
just an
brain
example.
and
Listen,
taught you
guys, listen. All I gotta say
Mm-mm-mm.
is I would learn how to be a magician, right?
Are you fucking kidding me, Chris? Are you fucking kidding me? No.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is wrong
So
with
Chris
you?
is the best Chris. I love this.
Because I want to know the maximum capability.
Okay,
I can be a-
that's pretty cool actually. Imagine being able to know
Okay, yeah,
how
that's-
each
it's-
trick works. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Like I could trick the
For-
people.
For
like
a
I could
split
trick
second,
like you know
for
that
s-
what's that one movie where what's it called? Where these guys are magicians but they steal a bank. What was that?
now
called?
you see me. That movie was. So
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I vaguely
I
remember
can
that.
I
yeah.
can do that. I can rob banks by being a magician.
That's different.
Well,
That's kind of
You're not gonna
because
just
they
fucking
were
do some card
a part of the
tricks and get
skill
the bank.
set was because they were bank
Is
heists.
this your
they were
card?
robbers.
Well, is this your credit card?
they just run off with it.
is this your bank information that you disclosed to me? With
He
your
he puts his
telephone?
finger to
Oh
his
my
forehead.
God.
He puts his fingers to your forehead and is like, "Is your mother's maiden name Chelsea?" And he goes, "Yes, yes, that's it." And he just logs into his fucking Chase account and steals all his money. You know.
Yes, that's exactly the plan. That's why I would choose to be a magician, because I can unlock my full capabilities of inhuman.
I literally only
Or
wanted
you could
to
be a
like,
maximum
be able
hacker
to, like,
and just,
shit on people.
get that
When someone's
shit.
like, "Hey, how did you do this magic trick?" I'm just like, "Well, I know exactly how to do this magic trick because I've done it before.
I was born with it.
I was born with that ability to know." I don't fucking know what superpower.
So,
I don't fucking know.
You don't know?
No,
so-
like I guess like I know how to be an entrepreneur so I can make it big in this world and become like some fucking super billionaire.
That's not bad.
I guess, but
Yeah,
really,
because like there's definitive human records.
I guess
of how
I guess
people were
like
able to make
I
a lot
wish
of
I had
money.
the ability to like tell stocks and predict the future, because there are people that
Yeah.
know exactly how the stock market will play out, because they have so much experience and so much life building. I'm basically taking like the information of every stockbroker in existence and putting it into my head to like
Sorry.
take all their experiences and mesh them together to know when the stock market will change.
Because there's records of that stuff,
Yeah.
so you would definitely be able to know like what stocks to go for if you
Yeah,
had that knowledge.
that's actually pretty cool, Soviet. Like,
Wow,
like,
you learn how to
who
like.
do you look up? Wait! I'm not changing my idea though. I'm still being a magician. But yeah, that's a.
I'm gonna be a
cool
fucking
thing to know.
stockbroker. That's my superpower. That's my dream.
You're
gonna
gonna
be a stockbroker.
I
and
can
Chris is
learn
gonna be
anything.
like a
I'm gonna be a
hard
stockbroker.
No. Soviet, you can be the founder of Bitcoin too.
Actually,
Think about that.
actually,
Isn't that
actually,
already
actually,
Dogecoin?
You know what? You know,
and
it'd be
crash like 10
you know, it'd be a
minutes later.
really good skill to learn to be perfect at hacking, because you know how many like things
I was
have
gonna
happened
say
from
that.
hacking. There's like a group of Chinese people or North Korean people that are able to
you
like
saw that in that one video.
yeah, to like steal, millions of billions of dollars, like almost, whatever, trillions, because of bank statements through hacking a computer or sending like a virus through. You're making, millions, and it's like kind of a victimless crime because the banks can just like subtract that million and not care about it. But it's also like it's all digital. It's hackable. There's some fault in it because humans made it. So if you're perfect at
You've seen
hacking, you could do anything. You can literally control everything. 'Cause it's possible.
Remember in Pulp Fiction when in the beginning that guy was talking about like how one guy robbed a bank with only a telephone? Is that some shit you want to try and do? Like so cool.
That's social engineering, I guess if you're
Yeah.
I guess social engineering and hacking kind of goes, together. Because there's these things called pen testing, which is penetration testing, which is like you're hiring people to break into your company, and it's not just like robber type shit. It's hacking plus robbery. It's
Oh yeah, wasn't there like something where Facebook, like if you found a way to hack them, they would
that's
literally
a bug
pay
bounty.
you
That's
cash?
that's kind of different. It sort of is the same, but it's like non-physical. Like physical pen testing is when they do both of that, but they also like break into buildings by like scanning someone's security card and getting in through that way by using a scanned security card, and then pretending you work there, plugging a USB into the server while you're physically there, and then stealing the information, stealing the data, or like taking over a computer to make a bank statement for $2 billion. So it's like physical things, and so people hire them. If you had the ability of every single pen tester, you would know how to break into any building, how to hack into any system, and how to take it all down. And you're better than all of them. You can achieve new things because it's not just one mindset. It's the mindset of all of them and experiences of all of them. You have more experiences than is like humanly possible. It might be like 100 years of experience, even though you're only like fucking 12 or some shit. So, what was I saying? A fucking stockbroker or hacker.
If I had to choose, I would honestly I would love to know everything that has to do about like medicines and stuff.
You would be the perfect human being.
I'd be the
You can solve any disease.
yeah, because I could be like, just take that apple and like some hydrogen peroxide, and we can make something that will get rid of this man's common cold.
Yeah, because you would know
it'd be
chemistry
like-
as well as like you wouldn't be
Yeah.
specialized
To know-
into like a certain field. You'd be specialized in everything.
To know everything there is to know about like medicines and chemicals and like that, you would be able to make some crazy combinations that would save lives and shit. And that's something I would love to just do.
Bro, Captain Quinn finds the cure to fucking what the fuck?
AIDS, cancer,
Cringe.
All of it.
To cringe. Yeah,
Dude,
dude.
he cures cringe.
He cures
Yo,
cringe.
but is it worth it though? Here, how about this? Is it worth it to cure cringe? Because then there'd be no cringe compilation.
Yes, because
That's the only thing I
hate
wouldn't cure.
cringe. I hate cringe.
One of my favorite things on the internet is cringe videos.
Yes, and so
It's a guilty
curing
pleasure.
cringe would cure cringe videos as well, which I couldn't watch them anymore because they're fucking hilarious, man.
All
What
I gotta
about you,
say,
Beans?
For me, you know what? You're thinking about how to be successful and all. See, I would gain like the best people skills possible. Because if you have good people skills, it doesn't matter. You can get a job, any job. Because if you have good people skills, you can just explain your way into the job pretty much.
Yeah, but
And remember,
that's
this is all
also-
people
that's
skills.
also
People
social
skills have been a
engineering.
thing since the
That's
beginning of
also
time.
like basically
Yeah,
what
social
I want.
engineering, that type
So
of
I have
stuff.
that plus an extra like, qualification. Because you can get any job. You just basically say, yeah, I already work here, dog. Just start paying me. And like fucking imagine being able to walk
if you
into a
just
company and
smooth talk 'em
hire
good enough,
yourself
you're
because you are literally like the most like confident person, and no one wants to disagree with you. You just start working at their cash register. It's like, oh yeah, the boss downstairs, hired me 2 days ago. You don't want to you disappoint him. And then when the boss calls you over, you're just like, oh yeah, higher management called me. Do you want to disappoint them? And so then everyone's in your fucking hands. You can do whatever you want, because the higher management gave me a pay raise, Mr. Dixon. And you can probably get that name through like rummaging through his trash and finding a letter from Mr. Dixon in the trash can. And so now you know his boss's name, and then now like his phone number. Now you can like call Mr. Dixon and say that this person is being a shit ass. Get your boss fired, become the boss, and literally take over a company all without actually filling out any application or doing any fucking interviews.
Yeah, Becky, you like Dixon?
Shut
You
the
like
fuck up,
Mr.
Chris.
Dixon?
God damn it.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay, so I'm kind of starting to run out of hypotheticals. So, Captain, how about you and I both pick one last good one, and we can finish up. So,
Okay.
So for
You
me,
guys are lame.
dude, do you know how many fucking hypotheticals we've done, man?
Yeah.
Chris, you better find
I
a good
got
one.
a hypothetical. All right.
Okay, how about flip it? You ask us a hypothetical and we answer it.
Does extra gum actually give you extra?
What the fuck are you talking about? No, this is a shitty hypothetical. We're skipping this.
Okay.
Okay, so here's mine. So if you went to the year 2055, you could ask one question to the people then. What would you ask?
Can you give me a book of the National Horse Racing Catalog so I can like predict every single outcome? Thanks.
Gray's Sports Anatomy.
Dude, no.
No, Almanac.
I know
that's
what
it
I'd
was.
ask. I know what I'd
Fuck.
ask, and I need this question answered. Is there another Sonic game?
Shut the fucking
Yeah, of course it's gonna
Just
be
ask for a
goddamn.
dictionary. Ask for like a fucking newspaper or whatever, like a fucking catalog of books. Ask for a teleporter or some shit. I don't know. Like you can ask a question.
Because
The
what
question can.
No, they
happens-
can't
involve
give you
anything.
anything. When you
What
teleport
happens? Why
back to your
can't-
time.
Why can't I ask
You can't
more
keep
than one
anything.
question? Why can't I be like
Okay, here.
What the fuck?
Damn. Yeah. See, it's because the Google Home robots have risen up and tried to kill you. Stay for more than 5 minutes, you're gonna be fucking obliterated.
I just take a book,
Dude,
dog.
Bixby literally just
see,
said.
And that's the reason you can't stay longer, because Bixby's risen up, and it will kill
Bixby
you if you stay longer than
understands
5
what's
minutes.
happening, and it's
So
worried.
you can ask one question. They can't go and grab anything for you because they'll be killed if they move.
Bixby's
Hold on.
listening
All you can
to the
do-
podcast.
All you can do is ask, and all they can do is just say words. They can't give you anything because then they'd have to
Yeah,
move,
I was
giving
about
yourself
to
away to
say, like,
Bixby.
I was about
It's
to
the
say, like, I
robo-apocalypse,
thought it was
apparently.
just asking them a simple question. I didn't even think like it was time travel. I just thought you like some sort of
Bridge opened up.
message box like popped up on your computer
Oh.
one night, and it's just like, hey, I'm.
I don't even know
Yeah, I'm
anymore.
pretty sure that's just Cox telling you to stop downloading illegal porn. That's happened to me before.
No, it's cause whenever I say Bixby, right, my phone, like this happened to me.
Okay, Google.
I was like, yeah, like when I was
I've never had that just randomly pop up.
no. I was like Bixby, like it thought I said Bixby for some reason, cause like there's different ways you can interpret. The computer interprets the way you say it, cause like sometimes people will think you're saying B, but instead you're saying E. You know?
I'm pretty sure you just mumble all the time and thinks like, hey, this fucking piece of shit. I don't know what he wants, but I'm guessing he wants me. I don't want to disappoint him.
Okay,
This way
so
just activates
I
itself.
literally said to Matum, I literally told Matum, fucking, why is, fuck, why is my inventory, no, what the fuck did I
What
ask
you
him when
on?
it be opened up? I'm on edibles.
Shut up.
That's what I'm
Okay, well,
on.
answer the question though. What would you ask a future person though? The one question.
Why, wars. Oh wait, no, that's
Yeah, who
stupid.
gives a shit? You can't
What-
compare
what?
that, you know.
Chris, you're saying that's a stupid question.
no.
What's your
Knowing
last
that
one?
war's gonna happen
Your last
is like,
question was
okay,
about
whatever.
flipping Sonic games.
A history book. I want a history book. Cause
They can't go and grab anything because Bixby will fucking shoot them
They
down.
can't give you anything. They can just tell you.
Oh.
What
Uh,
information do you want?
So then,
I
so
would s-
so then Soviet's thing can't work.
Then I'll
because
fucking
you
change
can't
it
get the
then.
data.
You know, you don't have a better one, do you, fucking shit ass?
For example,
Yeah.
I would ask them, you know, what wars happen in the future and like what caused
But
them.
why?
Yeah, you
I
one,
mean,
one
you're
singular
overlooking the
person
fact that
can't
you're-
change that, so you don't
Okay,
really
wait.
gain anything from
Yeah,
knowing
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well, you could go and because you're going back.
that. Yeah,
to your
okay,
time after this,
fine.
so you could tell
If
the
I
people
walk up to
actually
someone and
wait,
say
you know.
the World War II is gonna happen, World fucking Five is gonna happen, I met the few people from the future and they told me what happened. You think anyone's gonna believe in you?
They're gonna look at
Yeah,
you
they're
and
gonna
laugh.
fucking put you in asylum.
Yeah,
And you want to go
exactly.
to the? What are you gonna do? Like hold a gun up to the president and tell
They'll
tell him
say-
to listen or some shit? You know?
They'll say, "What the
Oh,
fuck's a
fuck
Nazi?"
you.
Yeah, like you can't
What's a
do it.
Nazi?
You just gotta
Nazi.
live.
You know what? You know what a Nazi is? I'd not see you in this room
'cause
with
he's
me.
black. Anyways,
Now get out. Of my,
Oh, okay.
Now get out of my diner.
think about this. Okay, if you know what wars are gonna happen, you're gonna live your life until like 2050, 70, you know, 25, 70 or whatever. You're gonna live your life knowing that things are gonna happen and you can't change it because you're like a weak person. It's gonna put into perspective how little you are and how like worthless you are in the fucking sea of human beings, and that a drop in that does not fucking constitute anything. You were literally one drop in the sea of thousands of billions of fucking human beings that constitutes nothing. You know, you cannot make a wave in this fucking sea of souls. You were literally worthless. Literally the shadows of fucking everyone else outcast you, and it will never amount to anything. And you can never do anything for the life you were living in. You were worthless. When you're dead, you're gonna be even more worthless because you can't constitute anything. You're gonna be fucking fuel for other beings to realize that they're
Damn.
worthless as well. And we're all gonna die as the fucking sun
Damn.
submerges us in like its cold, hot, beating flame that destroys everything. And then Pluto's gonna dance on her fucking balls to that fucking song and the information that is spread up into the fucking universe. We're gonna be stardust. We're gonna turn back into
Okay.
stardust after the fucking sun convulses, like fucking consumes us all.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
like
what would
to
you ask
imagine
them,
That's
though?
how
But
Soviet
do they
talks to his
consent
children.
though?
I don't well, see, the sun can't
Earth
do that
is
if I
going
don't
balls
consent.
deep.
Yeah.
If I don't consent,
If you think about it, the Earth is the one moving towards the sun.
yeah, the sun will get me too'd.
If
Yeah.
I whip my dick
Just
out and
me too, the
penetrating the
sun.
sun.
Just cancel it.
I was watching
Okay,
Scooby-Doo,
so-
Okay.
and then there's
I
a
think-
scene
You know what,
where
no,
the
we can't-
alien busts in and
Oh,
says
Captain.
cancelled.
Listen,
Yeah.
Choose
listen, guys.
final hypothetical because that was my fun one. Choose the best
Final
one you got.
hypothetical.
Yeah, last
Final
one.
hypothetical.
Ah, shit.
Why do my balls smell?
You have to
Soviet-
give me a second. You have to
Of
give me a
course,
second
of course,
to
you gotta
think.
choose the best one.
Are we
Yeah.
getting this on a high note or a low note?
Soviet, actually, here's the hypothetical
Okay.
question. When the fuck's my GPU coming, dog? At what time and what
At
date?
what time and what date? Didn't I already like tell myself when I was gonna die? I said I was gonna die at 27 in a car
I
accident.
said my
No,
GPU,
no.
dog.
Yeah,
I
this
already
isn't
know
about
I'm
his
gonna
death
die. I
at
just
all.
realized that. I don't need to answer the questions. I already know I'm gonna die and where I'm gonna die. Not where I'm gonna die. I know how I'm gonna die and where when I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die when I'm 72 in a car accident off the freeway in Arizona. I'm gonna come back to Arizona after like years and I'm gonna die in that fucking car ride. Anyways, when the GP is coming, you got like the day after, you know, whatever, and it's a fucking. I'm not gonna count Sunday, so I'm gonna guess Monday. Monday at 12. 12:31. You feel?
Okay,
Mhm.
I think I got one. So we've asked a shit ton of questions that were like kind of bullshit,
Hmm.
but I got one for y'all that'll really like work those brain
It's gonna be
muscles.
gun
All right.
control.
Oh
We're gonna talk about
no,
gun control
we're not
again.
going
The
that far.
bipolar episode.
No.
Chris,
Yes.
Soviet. How old are you guys?
Very old, wiser than the
I'm very
wisest
old.
years.
Yes.
Chris is dying.
All right,
in a
well
hole.
then.
That's his age. He is 12
To
cups
you,
old.
from what you've
Yeah, I'm dying in a hole.
What?
That's my exact age.
Yeah.
What's the question?
What's your address then?
What's
It's
my-
just
that's the
Okay.
question. What's your
So the Double D house, guys, is in California.
That's
San
not
Francisco.
Wait, no, Chris, we're asking about your house, not the Double D house. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
later.
that's where I live.
So, from the things that you guys have lived through so far, to you, what is the meaning
Oh,
of
that was
life?
a final question. Oh yeah, okay. The meaning of life. The meaning of life is to seek happiness, and that's the only meaning of life. Everything we do is based off of seeking happiness. We literally don't go a day without trying to seek happiness in some sort. People are druggies because they're seeking like the dopamine, the actual feeling. We only replicate because it makes us happy. You know, we do everything. We live our lives
Were
to
we
make happy.
talking about addresses?
No, we're talking about the meaning of life,
Yeah,
Chris.
well-
Shut the fuck up.
The meaning of
Meaning
life.
of, well, you know what would give me great happiness? To know your address and social security number.
Okay,
Okay,
I already
so-
know
And
Chris's.
that-
I
The
credit
can-
meaning of life.
Credit card as well.
Listen, here's the way I interpret it, because, what's it called? Because, I was just thinking, right? It can be literally whatever you want it to be. Like a lot of people have different motives for their lives, because not everyone has one motive for their life, right? One person has their own motive. Like, they'll be like, oh, for the rest of my life I want to be like a car engineer or some shit like that. And then another guy will be like, you know what, I want to be in architecture. No, an architect. Sorry.
The architecture itself.
my goal in
Yes,
life is to
become
be
the
a
house.
No,
building.
but yeah. So,
My goal is to be
listen,
the
way-
support beam
the
to a
way-
house.
The way I want people to live.
So I can crush someone.
The way I
Oh.
want the way I want people to live is not the way I or anybody else tells them how. I want them to have a grasp into reality, into life itself, and be able to, and be able to, think about what makes them happy. Like, shut the fuck up. What makes them happy, and like what drives their motive in life. What drives
Are you having a
what makes you
stroke?
go?
Are you okay, man?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Shut the
I
fuck
agree.
up. So anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you basically
that's my
so you
that's my
basically
that's my
agreed
philosophy
with me.
at life.
You literally said what I said. The entire
I disconnected,
the-
so I don't know what you
okay.
said.
The entire point is like what you said basically, is to find your career and do what you want to do in life. But you only do that
do
because
whatever
it
the
makes
fuck
you
you want.
happy. You know, you are to seek happiness. The entire point of life is to seek happiness, because that's what you're built. That's what you're programmed to do.
The thing is, happiness isn't the key to life. Is the thing as well.
You wouldn't if you didn't get any
No,
joy from
definitely
it.
is
If
not.
you got no joy from getting up on a
Definitely
bed,
is not,
would you
because,
get out
like,
of bed?
Think about it.
If you didn't
Think
get
about
joy,
it.
if you
If your
didn't
whole
satiate
life-
yourself
okay,
and
okay,
weren't
okay,
satisfied
okay.
by anything, would
But
you do anything?
Think about this, Soviet. If you didn't develop as a person, how do you become happy? Like, if you were happy your whole life, how do you actually develop as a person if you don't feel any certain
Well,
kind of emotion?
because-
After you're dead, why does it matter you develop?
Why does it matter if you're happy if you're dead?
That's not the question. The entire
Well, 'cause
the
the
entire
only-
point
the only
is
part
that
of your life you had
your life
is the
has no
time you're
meaning
alive.
after you're
You
dead,
make
and
that
so you
time
better
the
yeah you
best.
better make your time the best, because after your life is gone, you have no meaning. You know, so you truly have no meaning. So the entire point is to to be happy, or to have emotions, to live life. You know, your
But again,
human responsibility is to make children. That is it. You have sexual organs, and those organs are meant to program. They're meant to tell you, hey, we want kids, and that's gonna make you happy. And then your brain is tuned to do that. Your brain is tuned to be like, hey, this is gonna make me happy. I know it's gonna make me happy because my body is naturally instinctual to go towards that goal of being happy. So you
guess,
do
but,
crack
like-
because it makes you
but,
happy.
like, the-
You do meth because it makes you
but, like, the
happy.
thing
You get
is,
a girlfriend because it makes you
that-
happy. You eat food because it makes you happy. You get a career because it makes you happy. You get a
listen,
bad job that makes you
listen.
sad because in the future you're gonna have money that makes you happy.
Soviet, listen. But the thing is that a lot of people. Okay, this might sound weird for me to say because you're gonna be like, "That's stupid, you little
Yeah.
dumbass." But yeah, not many people are gonna be like, I want to be happy for my life, because That's not really what. Well, that's what I mean. Find your own meaning in life. Like, don't let anybody else find it. Don't let anybody
meaning
think
of
that
life isn't
being
to be happy
is supposed to be what life is about.
If the meaning of life isn't to be happy, then what drives those people to do anything in life? Like, just to see it to the end, just to outlast people.
That is
when you make it competitive, that's still resulting in you being happy. You play a game to win that game, and that makes you happy. If you're trying to live the longest because you're being competitive and you're watching people die, that's still statistically making you happy because you're like, hey, I'm better than those people, and that's boosting your self-confidence, and that's like making you better about yourself, and that's making you happier. It all comes down to being happy.
But I know this is a stupid example, but like, there's some people that, what's it called? That they'll do something that like they're passionate in, right? And they're really good at, and they don't, they just do it. Like, let's say they do competitive CS:GO, right? But if they go to tournaments and stuff, some people just go there just to fucking win, but being happy that they won isn't their goal.
Their goal is the goal is to be competitive and to win. The goal is to be as perfect as they can. And you know why they want to be perfect? Because it makes them happy. That is their drive. That is their purpose. If they won if their entire goal was to lose the championship and they won, do you think they would be happy about that? Do you think that their entire purpose would have been lost? Yeah, because if they didn't want to do something, my fucking computer's gonna fall asleep. If they didn't want to do something because it's gonna make them sad because it's not their goal, and they lose that goal, that's sad. That's sadness. And sadness is like unpleasant. We don't want to be sad. Our bodies are like, hey, this is not good. You better change something. And that allows you to keep striving towards getting better. When you like get knocked down, you're sad. And your body's like, hey, you better fucking fix that. You better be happy, or I'm gonna like tell you that you're a piece of shit. And you better fix yourself. And so then it fixes itself, gets that happiness, it gets rewarded, and it's like, hey, I should do this more often. And so you're constantly feedbacking. It's like you being happier and happier and happier because you're chasing towards that. Mm-hmm. You get a job that maybe sucks for a while, but in the end you're gonna get money and get a laptop or a computer or whatever and be happy from like materialistic value of things that is programmed onto us since our birth.
True. That is true.
I was gonna say something earlier. You're mentioning, how the meaning of life is happiness, and I was gonna say, well, it would be kind of impossible because if you're always happy, then you don't know what true happiness is. But like the way you just described it is perfect. Like, you have to have those downs to have
the meaning
those
of life isn't just straight happiness. The meaning of life is to strive for happiness. It is to go towards happiness. It is to do things that contribute to the end goal of being happy in some sense. You have your downs, so you can have a ratio to happiness.
That's actually
you can't always live a perfect life. You're going to have those low points,
but those low points contribute to you being happy. Maybe you're more experienced now, and that experience allows you to unleash a goal that makes you happier. And so you're just constantly opening goals and doors up for yourself by going through these down points. And just going through anything, really. You're opening up your opportunities no matter what you do. And you're doing it constantly. But,
yeah. You're always seeking those high points. And you always have to go through shitty points.
Yeah. Like,
no matter what.
even though I'm going to look back at this footage, like I'm like, what
you're
the
gonna be
fuck
sad
is
after
going on?
ratting you out.
But I actually do like resent with your philosophy in life. Like, you strive for like happiness, and like, yeah, you actually do put it in good words that like, instead of just being happy all the time, you strive for being happy.
Because even the process of striving to be happy, you creates hope, and that hope is happiness itself. And so just striving for happiness makes you happy because you're like, hey, I'm going to get this happiness in the end. And that's like the buildup is also making you happy. So you can cut through bad times by saying, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to be better. This day is only for today, and it's not going to last for me. I'm going to look back at this moment and be like, whatever, that doesn't matter anymore because my mindset has changed. And so if you put yourself in the future and think behind, back to the moment as if it was in the past, you can go through anything. You can go through grief just by like remembering you can't change anything. And if something maybe this goes back to one of my my fucking scenarios back then, where I said if 20 years in the past happened, would you change everything? Because even though that bad thing happened, you want it to change, you don't know if that's going to change your future or make it worse. And so you're not going towards anything happier. You experience that down moment, but changing it to make it a happier moment doesn't change overall happiness. You know, it's all going to balance itself out in the end, and you can't change it. You might as well deal with it and look forward to being happier. So there's always going to be a happier moment no matter what, you know? Because you're going to be in a different
Well, there's
scenario
also
that's not
another
going to
point.
make you unhappy.
All I gotta say before you say something, Captain, is these fucking animals.
Oh no.
Fuck no. But what were you saying, Captain?
I was gonna say Chris also had a good point because the meaning of life is also different per person. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we all strive to see, find or do something that'll make us happy. But in the long run, everyone's like, whenever they're on their deathbed, there's always gonna be something that they've been striving for their entire lives that they have gotten to. I feel like that is the meaning of life. Strive towards what you want. It's not necessarily happiness. Fucking Hitler.
Well,
Hate to bring this up. His whole meaning of life was to kill 6 million Jews.
But the underlining,
did it.
the ulterior motive was to gain power because power makes him happy. It's also it's strive towards happiness, but happiness can be anything. Happiness doesn't need to be one singular I'm like it's a dopamine rush. It's like it can be anything, any action that makes you happy. If you strive to masturbate 24/7 constantly because that makes you happy, fucking go ahead, dog. That makes you happy. That is your definition of happiness. That is what it makes you happy. But it's still underlying, like the underlying concept is that you're still chasing towards that happiness, and you're not running away from it. Because if you run away from it, you're not really living, are you? Unless you think you're going to be better.
I
All I'm
guess if
saying-
it benefits you in the long run, then it's all good.
All I'm saying.
If it benefits the person.
All I'm saying is that everything Soviet said in this fucking podcast is what I'm gonna put on my final essay.
Damn.
Like dead ass. This is actually
Soviets
some
Dude,
said, like,
this is how I write
philosopher
essays.
shit.
Sophie, I'm gonna take a philosophy class and just use this podcast.
I
for
explained to my
everything, right?
teacher Chris, remember those four sets of images? I'm gonna send you after the podcast.
Oh,
ends.
that one, yeah.
After this podcast ends, I'm gonna show you those 4 images, and it basically is like the 4 stages of life in an image. And I explained why the opening.
Is it that one you talked about in that?
Yeah,
duet?
why I explained why the opening of the sky was a vagina, because there was an angel coming down from, like, the boat was damaged from, like, experiences through life, and it was an old man on the boat, and the guardian angel had left long ago, but another guardian angel is coming back, and the guardian angel signifies youth and, like, rebirth, so that person is being lifted from that old boat, through the clouds into heaven, only to come out the cave of, like, being young with that same guardian angel, and it's going through life over and over again. I said that it was a vagina because it kind of is. It's like the opening or whatever, and I will explain. I will defend that to my death. I didn't deserve all that fucking criticism from that teacher, dog. I could explain that. That is the entire point of English. If you can defend it, then your point is right, because you can't prove me wrong. You can't say, yes, this is the artist's intent, because the artist didn't have an intent. The artist said, this is what I think it is. You can interpret it how you want, because that is human nature.
Yeah. I see.
Yo, fuck Aristotle, fuck Socrates, fuck Homer, we have
first of all-
Soviets by.
Yeah, so
first
it's by the next grade.
First thing I gotta say is fuck Logic.
Fuck Logic.
And the podcast.
Fuck the podcast, too.
And the
Yeah.
podcast captain. I'm really
Yeah,
tired.
Yeah, what a-
Yeah, same.
Right.
This was nice and all, but this was meant, man.
Beans, give us a nice little message to end this.
Fucking.
Just say
Don't.
You better be
Funny.
funny.
Yeah.
You're on the
Oh,
podcast,
fuck.
Beans.
I can't just
You
say
know
it
what?
funny.
I'll just say
Okay,
I'll just say
okay,
it. I'll
Chris.
just say it.
Chris, you
Hey,
say the
Captain.
funny.
Hey Captain, remember that time I almost said the N-word at the end of the podcast? And I
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
do
that
it?
was funny.
Yeah. I might as well do it now.
You
Nick